the lockpicking. R.I.P.
I'm not good at it.
All right, and Tuesday you're here.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So how long were you guys planning on just driving around?
Maybe like half an hour, and then we got proper mics fly spies on Overwatch.
Long enough to make sure they're not being trailed or anything.
Okay. Yeah, after half an hour of driving, you don't see any trails?
I will make those perception tests through the fly spies if you'd like.
Go ahead and roll. I don't mind if you roll.
All right. So let's see. In detail, I would guess over half an hour.
No, we don't see anything that looks like a tail. Nothing out of the ordinary.
All right. Well, it's unlikely for the Yakuza to come to this safe house even if they know where it's at, because it's in Mafia-controlled territory. By design.
Is Mike a mafia protectee, or?
He isn't a made man, but he is. He has fixers and/or consigliere contacts within two of the big three and one other mafia family in Seattle.
Okay.
Let's see. There was something I was going to do with that as well, but oh man. But I kind of took a nap during the decking.
Well, they got a file, and I believe our GM was about to tell us about them when we
Yeah,
went on break.
I think we should hear about the file.
Okay, sure thing. It will take you some time to pour through the footage. Say it takes you another hour. And hold on, I need to make some rolls.
And at this time, I would like to declare that my agent will be looking at all icons he can find in the DNI network for marks on them. He will be doing this with all of his passes all of the time until I say otherwise. So if you would like to make two tests for every 3 seconds, I would be happy to spam your table, but
No, I'm not going to make you do that. However, I do have an important question. Tuesday, did you reset after you left the host?
yes. He specifically
Okay.
said
Yeah, he mentioned it specifically.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
He said he reset and then he prayed.
yeah.
That's right.
All right, good. I'm just making sure. So
No,
anyways,
I appreciate it. It's my first time. I got to learn the hard way, maybe.
all right. So it takes you some time to pour through the footage. We'll say that if you want to stay up the rest of the night, you can do it, or you can go to sleep because it's fairly late in the day now. After that extensive data search and breaking the host and all of that, it's probably 2 or 3 at night right now.
Well, I'm good for another day and a half or so, but there's 2 beds and a couch.
Any beer?
Well-
Tuesday's going to sleep. I need some edge back.
Yeah, you're welcome to.
Gracias.
All right, yeah.
Mike will sleep when everybody else wakes up, because shifts and all that on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
I
thing.
was just going to mention that her waggly stuff is going to fall off when she conks out. So if you wanted to look over the footage, you do that first.
Yeah, we're gonna look over the footage first.
All right.
I was pulling all night then. I'd prefer a beer. We got one on hand, or local Stuffer Shack usually has a couple.
Mike doesn't have any beer, but he has plenty of alcohol. Well, that's
Alcohol
not,
it is.
He might have some high-scale import beers in the fridge.
El Kraken was gonna get one of those high skill import beers, and he's gonna take a seat down. Cyberdeck's at his side. He's gonna sip on a beer. And he's gonna be making motions, doing things in AR, going for the footage.
Okay, sure thing. I guess for this, go ahead and give me a perception check. Anyone who wants to sit through and watch the footage.
In detail bonus applying?
Can I
Sure.
substitute electronic warfare since I'm doing this all electronically?
That is also perfectly valid. Whichever one you want, perception or EOR. And yeah, I'll give you the searching in detail bonus.
And what's that bonus again?
It's +4.
Oh, I thought it was a +3.
It might be. I can double check that though.
But honestly, I'll give you +4. Just you know who you're looking for.
And Slinger easily hits 5 successes, which is his mental limit.
Okay. And quick rules question, Mike. What is the roll you need to make to see through a disguise?
It's a perception test, and if you beat the rating of their disguise with your perception.
Okay, that's what I thought. So we'll just roll this all up into the same roll. All right, so
Oh, I would also like to use tradecraft to look while I look through it. Not necessarily to try and look through disguises, but to recognize anybody who might be trained operatives and fail miserably at it.
Wait, 1 second.
okay.
Do-
All right, Mike, you
does-
get. Oh, sorry.
Does the improved attribute spell boost limits while it is in effect?
I
Yeah,
think so.
it basically increases your augmented attributes, so it does
Okay.
apply to your.
So then Slinger is actually at 6 successes.
Oh, and I got those extra 4 dice from that. For the tradecraft. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Mike. You're not sleepy, but looking at this footage is pretty boring, and you don't notice anything. However, Kraken and Slinger, you see. Oh, sorry. Actually, only Slinger sees this. So you have the security footage of people coming in, some footage of the hallways. There's no cameras pointed in at the rooms themselves, but you get the overview of the bar, hallways, etc. And you spot who you recognize to be James Howe, disguised, entering the bar.
All right.
And you see him again in the same clothes, from behind, walking down one of the hallways and entering a particular door in said hallway. And Mike will get to you in a second. Another notable thing is that the timestamp on the security footage is from a week ago. We'll say that today is a Saturday, so it was from last Saturday. That is the farthest back that the security footage goes.
Okay.
And it is at the same time and same day that the picture from the dossier was taken on.
All right.
Okay, and Mike, what did you want to know about security design on the footage? Like, what are you looking for exactly?
The security at the bar for what would assume to be where they go to do illicit things, um, such as not just obvious security guards, but plainclothes yaks that are acting as unofficial bouncers. Uh, just general security design information on the bar. How is it laid out?
Sure thing. Um, so you notice that there are 3 distinct levels to this bar. The ground floor is the main bar, and then there are staircases leading up. The second floor has a railing walking around. It's like an open level essentially. It looks down, and then the third floor is closed off from the rest of the bar. You notice the number of obvious bouncers is fairly low. There are a couple outside to keep out any riffraff or to deposit anyone who's too drunk out onto the streets. This is a Yakuza hangout, so on the inside you see a few more obvious members, but they may not be actively, say, working at the time.
All right. Being that these are cameras and cameras in the Sixth World all seem to come equipped with microphones, do we also have audio of what's going on in the bar?
Sure. You have audio.
All right. I will make an audio perception test going over the section of the footage that we identified the target in.
Yep, Slinger is going to highlight that and, make it obvious to everybody else as best he can.
All right.
And Japanese to understand any Japanese that's being spoken during that period of time. Let me know if there's any other languages that might be applicable that I know.
Okay, and are you listening in specifically for James Howell?
Yeah, I'm listening in specifically. Well, I'm listening in for him and general protocol for if he's coming in to do something and exchanging keywords or something along those lines.
Okay, so let me summarize a little more clearly. Essentially, what you find is he enters the bar, goes up the stairs to a particular room, and then after an hour, he leaves. And he doesn't appear to stop and talk to anyone along the way. The audio that you get is not related to James Howe at all.
All right.
When he comes in, do the bouncers or anything, do they look at him or do they purposely look away? Where it's kind of like they know it's something, but they've been told not to ask questions, that kind of thing.
They look at him, but they regard him as they would, say, any other person coming into the bar. That's
All right,
not
it's not treating him
Yakuza
particularly any difference.
No, not particularly different.
And he does enter the bar alone while disguised.
Yes, you notice that there's no one trailing him or entering the bar with him.
And how does he look
Well, that's pretty
when he
interesting.
leaves the room? Is his clothing disheveled or anything like that? Can we notice any differences in appearance?
And the other question I have is, this bar being like most bars in the Sixth World, I would assume, has a camera on the front door aimed out. Nobody comes up to the door with him or anything?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So there's a camera looking out in the front door. No one enters the bar with them. Like there's no one trailing him, no one walking with him. He comes alone.
If he's going alone, and he doesn't talk to anyone along the way, then he must have already made arrangements, which means either he has a recurring appointment or he made arrangements via comlink ahead of time. Is that right? So either way, if we can find the device that he used to place that order, we might be able to arrange something.
Did we
Oh,
get
we don't have.
Did we get his public comlink numbers at least with his dossier? Or the
Yes, the dossier does include a comlink number.
But Kraken will say this might not be the one he uses. That just might be the public.
Oh, absolutely,
Just like how
yeah.
we.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, I
You'll
wasn't
have a
assuming that
public
that was the one that he used when he was trying to
But-
just.
I would hazard a guess that the number his daughter uses to contact him would be to his real comlink, not to the
Eh?
fake one.
I don't know. Burners are cheap.
Yeah, but are you going to tell your kids that you're using a burner?
I don't know. I mean, his
Because-
daughter goes to.
Because every time you, if the daughter's in university, how many university kids do you know that would be, know not to call their dad from an unsecure location? Because I
Well,
live in a college
she is the
town, and
daughter
I
of a
wouldn't trust.
spy.
Hmm?
Okay,
Well, yeah, but I mean, have you seen Taken?
that can't say that. Can't say that. Can't say that. Can't say that. Can't say that.
Basically, Kraken suggesting hacking the daughter's comlink to see what number she uses to call him and see if it matches with the public when we get or not.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
We can probably get
Yeah,
her
saying
number
you could
from
have one-
me feed.
I'm just saying you could have like 10 different comlinks for different compartments of his life. But we
Yes,
can give
that-
it a
that
shot
would
anyway.
Actually,
But he will finish up his beer. Suggest maybe we should hold this off until tomorrow, though. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind falling asleep. With that, Muse will drop her spells and
Muse is
crash.
probably
fast.
exhausted. I'll get up. Well, I called one bed. Muse just hit the floor like a sack of bricks, so Slinger will kind of, heave-ho her into the other bed, leaving the two
Yeah.
Matrix people the couch.
Kraken's already asleep in the chair. I mean,
Okay, Kraken's
you're out humping in the Amazon. Take what sleep you can get.
in the-
Oh no, he's been hacked. We've been found. The Qs are on their way.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my.
Take advantage
That
of it. Be like,
may-
I'm a rat, bumblebee. Trying to sing.
The Robo Runner has returned.
But moving on, so I'm assuming we're going to go to next day. Unless someone else say anything else.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to roll some contacts in secret to you, Alan. I'm sorry, Aaron.
Yeah, go ahead. While everyone's sleeping, we'll take
Yep.
care of your contacts. Okay, and do you mind if I say these out loud, or would you want to whisper them back?
Let's get to that in a moment. I'm going to roll a couple.
I'm still shaking my head over. them
You're
having
roboting
a
really bad.
bar
James, you're roboting out entire.
on post. It's not, the Obliviancio.
Ooh, that's almost a glitch.
Yep. It is almost. Let's see. I do have.
Oh, I think James just dropped.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and give him a try.
Testing?
We
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay. This whole being a robot thing sucks.
All right. That should be all of the people that I want to ask that question of.
Okay, and do you mind if I just tell you out loud, or?
The ones that might be successful. Just do it by the name of the contact, so I don't have to disclose which family switch.
Okay, sure thing. So Morty, he will tell you that they do have some success smuggling things into and out of Fort Lewis. There's always a demand on the base for certain items.
And vice versa. There's always demand for
course.
military items off the base.
Of course, and there might be some exchange in kind.
All right. If I wanted to move a fairly large package off the base and then back on later, or mostly just off the base, could you help me out, Morty?
So I am assuming the size of the package you're talking about is roughly human-sized.
Yes. I won't go into details with him, but I will give him the general size and the fact that it is sensitive cargo, shall we say?
Yeah, he'll tell you that yes, he could probably arrange something.
All right. I will give him more details later. I'll let him know that I'll probably have more details to give you later on, but if you could set wheels in motion to start making that a thing, that would be useful.
Okay, he'll let you know that he will start, and just let him know more details like time, location,
Yep.
those things when you get the chance.
All right. But yeah, that's. I figured that's probably much safer than trying to take him out through a checkpoint ourselves. That's what syndicates are for.
Yeah, pre-existing relationships are great. Yep.
So, when the team awakes, Mike will let them know that should they decide to go with a bar extraction, that he has set some things into motion in the background that might expedite that process, that the border issues involved in that.
Slinger nods, believing anything Mike says about, extracting people. I mean, after all, he pulled a sniper rifle with the smart gun system out in a day.
In a foreign country where he had no contact.
In a foreign country. Yeah. Mike's word is solid, is gold encrusted platinum.
And the Cuban cigar just doesn't hurt.
No. Even though Slinger doesn't actually smoke.
No, but he knows what a Cuban cigar is. Like,
Yes, a Cuban cigar does not need to be smoked to be, a thoughtful gift. It is. Apparently, Slinger made a good impression on Mike. Even with the christening, even with rechristening Mike's new girlfriend's Bodie McBoatface.
well, she's not really his new girlfriend yet. She's just a Bond girl.
One of the Bond girls, okay.
But, yeah, so that's what Mike did, and with that, Mike will look at Slinger and say, I'll trust you to keep an eye out for the next couple of hours while you guys go about things. Send me a DNI, wake me up.
Alright.
I'll be up in 3.
Slinger will set in, Mike told him to watch things. He trusts Mike. Mike's either expecting something or really, really doesn't want to be disturbed.
Pretty much.
So he's going to set up, and he's not going to go get an assault rifle to go watch over Mike, but he's definitely going to
not
double check
watch
the weapon.
Yeah, not watch over Mike. Watch over the safe house and the team. Make sure if
Yeah.
anything towards wake me up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Then he'll towards the coffee. Help yourself, and sleep regulator himself to sleep.
Yep.
And you guys can go about continuing to come up with ideas, and Mike will be sleeping.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't think we can rush it. I feel like we should just wait till the weekend, honestly. When he has some spare time that he can spend doing that. We could dig deeper. But I don't know. What do you think?
Guys, now is the time where you brainstorm, and I be quiet because Mike is asleep.
Right?
So
Wow.
listeners can go, yeah, that sounds reasonable. I don't want to hit a military post because, well, yeah, I probably could take 2 or 3 if they were watching for me, or 7 or 8 if they weren't. Well, there's a lot more than 7 or 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say we've got 3 places we can hit him at then. There's the bar, there's the golf, and there is the daughter. Bar has no bodyguards. The golf and the daughter probably have bodyguards.
Yeah. With
So
that said,
the real
I'm gonna
question
actually...
is, would it matter if the bodyguards knew that he was missing?
Yeah,
The time
of course it
period,
matters.
or is it just, does it matter if he's reported missing during that time matter?
Yeah.
I don't-
If the bodyguards know that he's missing, then it's kind of a moot point. I mean, okay, we could lace them, that's true. But they're going to know that they were laced.
Yeah, but I don't think. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to actually, when I wake, maybe after I wake up, I'm going to go and take a nap and astral project over there.
Go and take a nap.
Yeah. And see what the magical defenses around the bar are like. I can roll a sensing if you like.
Which is on the fort grounds, correct?
Right. So, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not in a restricted area of the fort grounds. The fort grounds have high patrols on the borders, and in the restricted areas, it's like Fort Bragg in that civilians can wander on and off the base to visit the businesses there. Actually, probably even more casual than Fort Bragg. The thing is that there are MP patrols around every corner. So it's not that you can't even just drive your car on to the base and go
It's
to the
the-
bar.
It's that
Response time from the military police that is the terrifying thing of Fort Lewis.
yes, and the fact that once they start escalating, they've got a lot of escalation right there.
Yeah. So that's why I want to check out their astral security so that I can find out how much magic I can throw around without having a response to it.
All right, so
I
the
would like-
question then is, do we know the golf place he usually goes to?
I'm asking the GM.
Yeah,
So
let me
I rolled
answer-
I rolled
let me-
that sensing.
Right, let me answer L first. So L, you're sensing the bar. I'm assuming you're still using the same masking as before?
I'll probably actually switch to an awakened moth or something. It's same general idea though. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Just some kind of something that's not gonna. Actually, moth is probably a bad idea because insects. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Just some animal that's gonna be not too worrisome.
All right, I got you. Yeah, you're an awakened hawk or something. But anyways, you go ahead and you make your rounds of the bar. You're just looking at the outside, right?
Yeah, mostly. I just wanted to, yeah, basically, like, the way I'm envisioning this going down in my head is that he steps out of his car and then we make our move. Or maybe as he's stepping out of, like, before he steps out of his car. Anyway, so if I'm looking for people who would have line of sight to his car, who might be awakened, spirits that might be patrolling the streets, wards on the general area, that kind of thing.
Okay, sure thing. You don't see any... Okay, so the outside of the building, there are no wards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any spirits patrolling outside either of the building.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that you would probably want to take note of is that there do appear to be some high force spirits flying back and forth, but they don't appear to be concerned with you at all.
Okay. Flying back and forth, like, sort of like air traffic, or are they patrolling for something, or what?
Yeah, either they're patrolling or they're trying to check in on something.
Can I see what their, sort of where their attention is directed?
It is not directed at this bar.
Okay. Well, you know, that'll have to do. I'm gonna actually cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Opium Den at Force 1 on myself and see if the spirits react.
Okay.
It's a flying awakened moth that makes everybody high around it.
Yeah, I mean, there's creatures like that, aren't there?
Where can I
Fairy
buy one of
dust.
these moths?
So, Muse, would you like to
Want to
turn the edge and break the limit?
By awake,
I'm fine.
want to buy awakened moth of happiness.
Yeah.
Plus 1 happiness, yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted to check if they would react, because if they react to spells being cast, then I have to worry about stuff. But
Okay, so when you cast the spell, the obviously high force spirits just continue on their way. They're not concerned with you at all.
Mhm.
How long do you want to keep the Opium Den spell up?
well, it's a mana spell. Its area is only a meter. It's only on the astral. So I was basically just casting it to see if anything would react to the casting of a spell, because there are things that can sense that they have detect magic running or whatever. So seeing that not happen, I'm going to fly back to my body, I guess, assuming it's still where I left it. And
Okay, so I mean, like I said, the high force spirits don't do anything, but if you stay there a while, like something would happen.
oh, okay. I mean, it's only on the astral, so well, I guess I was watching for patrols, right? So if something does come past eventually.
Right, if you stay there long enough, there will be a patrol sprite, a watcher spirit rather.
Mm-hmm.
God, I play Technomancer too much, but sorry,
Patrol
a watcher
in the astral.
a watcher spirit. You will see a watcher spirit kind of float on by, but the watcher spirit only tends to like stick to the streets. It looks like they're just kind of sweeping for any sort of undesirables.
Okay.
But if you maintain the spell long enough, it will kind of like come up and kind of like look at you.
Okay. Yeah, it's I think once I see that the Watcher Spirit comes, once I get sort of an idea for the cadence of the patrols of it, then I'll have an idea of, what my time frame is for this. And that's when I'll go back to my body.
Okay, yeah. They seem to come every. You would say like between 5 and 10 minutes. They're not particularly common. They're just kind of there to like sweep through and make sure nothing nasty is going down.
Yep. So, knowing that, I can probably, as long as we act quickly, I can't stay there sustaining a disguise, what do you call it, physical mask spell on someone for indefinitely, but I could definitely, like, if we're going to grab someone, we could turn them invisible and then throw them in the trunk and then, as long as we act quickly, we could get through there without a Watcher Spirit interfering.
So
Something like that.
while Muse was, taking her nap,
Mhm.
Slinger's going to have made sure that there was coffee near her. It's probably going to be lukewarm, and
That's all right.
one of the rations that he keeps. Because, well, shit, mages, basic care and feeding of. You leave them coffee and food when they come back from the astral, because sometimes they're gone for way longer than they like.
Yeah.
Deckers only rate
That's fair.
water bottles then?
Deckers who were out for, 15 minutes only rate water bottles. I had no clue how long Muse was going to be out.
Yep. 10, 15 minutes. So, there you go.
Yeah. But still, I had no clue, because
She didn't
sometimes
tell
it takes
anyone.
hours.
So, yeah. Yep. So, she'll...
So there's an MRE style ration waiting for Muse, along with
Yay. I mean, she's used to high lifestyle foods, so
Well,
I don't know how she'll react to that, but...
when Mike wakes up after 3 hours, his first act will be going to the kitchen and frying up some bacon and eggs, because,
Yeah. But you
You got
leave
that
the
working with you guys.
Oh, also, I forgot. Tuesday, you have insomnia, right?
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
6 days hence, Tuesday.
But yes, if Tuesday, if you were here, you would have needed to roll for insomnia to see if you regained any edge.
May have dropped or something. Or maybe taken a break while the mage did her part.
Are you muted Tuesday?
Dennis Breakfast Club happens anytime Mike has a run where people stay at a steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, moving on. The golf angle. Do we know the golf place he goes to? What is this called from the dossier we got?
Or does he? He said something about him going to multiple golf courses, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Uh-oh, is Aaron muted now? Oh, there he goes. He disconnected.
Technical difficulties all over the road, guys. All over them.
Please hold. If I could, I'd play the Pac-Man death
Please
sound right now.
hold. Will we attempt?
James, are you doing that on purpose now?
Please hold. While the AI attempts to restore connection. Roboting? No.
No, okay. Please hold while the Robo Runner says something that nobody can understand. I feel like if I continue calling him Robo Runner, it'll eventually stick.
Okay, what happened? I actually just dropped again.
We were asking about the golf course. Is there one particular he goes to, or?
You guys forgot the part where we completed the mission and Aaron needs to pay us and we go home.
Right,
okay,
right.
Perfect. Yeah, sure. So you all get 0 karma and 0 nuyen, and for now.
Oh. Okay.
But as far as the golf courses go, the dossier shows that he likes to go to different golf courses. Like he tries to hit up all of them when he can, like as many different ones as he can, I should say.
All right, so if we want to figure out which one he was going to, we might have to see about getting his planner.
And yes, speaking of the planner, the dossier, I would hope, included something like if he had a personal assistant or...
There was mention of a secretary,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yes, in fact, it does include the identity of his secretary.
We could do some digging on her if you want.
Is it a her? You just...
It could be a him.
I'm sorry.
Wow, Muse. Spook.
I see chauvinism is alive and well in the sixth
Yeah.
one.
Hey. Hey, come on.
If it was... Never mind.
So in this case,
Who says his
the,
daughter has to be a she?
See,
said
this is a good
daughter.
point.
The word daughter says that. Secretary does not imply gender.
Yeah, secretary is not about gender at all. So you do get the name and identity of the staff member, the staff secretary, I should say. Their name is Curtis Mitchell.
Oh, spook.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, I went to fake name generator and I left the gender on random and I hit
Oh,
generate.
there you go. Well, okay.
Are you
My
reading
bad.
my Rolodex?
All right, so this Curtis guy, we could look into him and steal the itinerary. In theory, fairly easily, since he probably won't be nearly as well protected, but...
I mean, you're not going to provide your secretary that kind of information. Or security.
Right,
Hopefully for us.
But you might have times blocked out on your planner that your secretary doesn't know what you're doing. Which is more or less what I'm going for, because the periods of time where the secretary doesn't know where he's at, that's the times when he can disappear. Because if the secretary doesn't know, it's a good bet that the bodyguards don't know.
Yeah, would you like to use a point of common sense, Mike? Well, I mean, this will just be to either confirm or deny what you just said.
I don't feel like I need to spend a point of common sense for that, because you asked me that usually means that I was wrong, but I don't see why that would be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's what common sense is for.
Yeah, but I have common sense in real life, and common sense in real life tells me that if the secretary doesn't know where he's at, the bodyguards probably don't, because the bodyguards are probably also military issued. And why would you send bodyguards to something that isn't on the schedule?
Do you protect him from a meet or something?
Yeah,
Like
but
you wouldn't want a secretary to know about? Because they're
Right,
not
but-
cleared
but-
for that information?
but the
But the
times
bodyguards
that
might be.
the times that we care that the bodyguards are with him are when he's golfing, and that would be on his schedule.
True. All right,
Like-
yes, let's get on this secretary then. So we want to try social or matrix on this guy.
And Slinger, he's a colonel. They always have staff. They would just list it as his staff in the Sixth World. They wouldn't be necessarily bodyguards but he would have.
Yeah, I'm so used to Fifth World military. It's just, give me a moment. Head is in the wrong world.
Right. And, like, it's not that they're technically bodyguards. It's more that they're his staff.
Right, and he is like right about to be promoted. Like he's essentially received the promotion in all but name at this point. He has the responsibilities of a brigadier general, just not the actual title yet.
And when have you seen a brigadier general walk around without at least 4 people following him?
Frequently.
It was kind of a rhetorical question. It wasn't like, I mean, off the base.
I ended up having to bounce one out of the strip club.
What?
Ask me about that sometime when it's OOC time.
Right, but bouncing him out of the strip club is exactly the kind of time when we're talking about hitting him.
Yes.
And that wouldn't be on his schedule.
Actually, in this case, it was.
Well, okay. I'm talking
But he
about
was-
in general. It wouldn't be on the schedule as this is strip club time.
You'd be surprised. But okay, let's get on track.
Yes. Because I'm just going to start snirking.
All right, so are we gonna try and find out where the secretary goes and hit him up off
I think
or
you should
on base?
I think you should probably run a matrix search on him real quick.
All right,
just-
I will do a limited
Like,
matrix
just-
search then.
Yeah, to get like his basic information.
Okay, is this on the secretary?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And
Would
I'll
you
be
like the
changing
assist
my.
dice?
Yes, I would.
Fine.
You can take a total of +4. Oh, +7, because you got to increase intuition as well.
Oh god.
You're gonna hit the limit on your deck.
Yeah, I would recommend putting your data processing as high as possible. Now, granted, you're getting 2 assists, so it's +2.
All right, so plus from intuition and then +2 from the assist dice.
You got +3 intuition and +4 from assist dice.
+5 from assist dice. Slinger helps.
So +3 limit. How many ranks of computers have you got?
1.
Okay, so you can
No,
only
I
get
meant-
one from that.
I meant.
Oh. Hmm?
All right. So Kraken, you're rolling up that matrix search.
Hey, to be fair,
Once
all
I
of these assists.
Tally how much I fucking get.
How many ranks of computers do you have?
I have 6 ranks at computer.
You are currently getting 6 bonus dice from assists that are
And 3
limited
from
by,
intuition.
and then 3 from intuition. So you're getting a total of +9.
On top of your usual full whatever it says on your sheet.
All right, do you guys want to do? Should I do limited or hidden?
You might as well do hidden because you have also a +3 to your limit.
Yep. We're all
So
helping.
the limit was 8 on my data processing. So
And
So
then
you
what's
you can
plus
keep
3?
yeah you can keep all 10, and every net hit reduces
4
it.
net hits. So you divide by 4. And you're using browse, so you divide by 2 again. So it's about an hour and a half is how long it takes us to look
All
it all
right,
up.
I want to know what brand of underwear this guy knows. Basically, that's how deep I'm going.
Yeah, we're going when it comes to deep, we're going all the way.
I'm
Um,
looking at his search history. And
Okay,
what kind of porn he goes for. This is all the way.
all the way. Yeah, you find some pretty filthy porn habits.
I was joking.
He also has a lovely girlfriend. So what exactly do you want to know?
I want to know his personal schedule. I want to know what device he might keep the Rolodex / also schedule on for this not quite general guy.
Okay, well, with that level of successes, yeah, you basically pull up. I'll essentially give you anything that would be public, would be able to be found on the Matrix, like with regards to him. he does have a me feed where you get kind of like a basic tentative schedule. Like you can tell that he works during most of the week. He might have like one off day or like one off duty day, I should say, like a week. And essentially, he works. We'll just say he works like a standard like 9 to 5, but he might have to pull extra duty whenever he's required.
Shocking.
Yeah, you essentially have a schedule, I'll say. You also find out that he, like I said, he has a lovely girlfriend, filthy porn habits, and you also find out that he may have placed some bad bets on maybe on a few urban brawl games.
Who does he owe the money to?
Let's see. How many major crime syndicates are there in Seattle? There's Triads, Yakuza, Mafia.
Silpa,
There's
the
Ciopla rings. There's Ciopla rings. There's Amarin syndicates, which are very poorly stated throughout. Depends on what kind of syndicates we're getting into, because there's also the Vori. There's Tam
the ones I know.
technically counts
Yeah,
as
technically, yeah.
some. Depending on who you ask, the Ancients are a syndicate.
Right. Go ahead and give me a group edge roll.
Muse.
Hey, I have 3 dice. This is only, God, math. It's late at night. 2 over 3 to the
I mean,
third power.
it's amusing, so.
Shut. I'm going to come to your house in real life and kill you.
Whoa.
This is what people have told me to do to the next person that makes an amusing joke.
All right. I do not know what happened
Following
to
through.
Tuesday.
Still on the call.
I see that, but he's not saying anything and he's not responding. So.
It could be it was late for him and he fell asleep at the computer. I mean,
Milo, are you around?
Milo.
pretty sure
Milo?
we've all fallen asleep at the computer at some point or another.
I have not fallen asleep in a row.
At least his mic is off, because I did have one run where someone fell asleep
I remember
and they were snoring. Yes.
Yeah.
The stream was hilarious.
So anyways, we'll just exclude Tuesday from this. So you got what, 4 hits?
Oh, only 4 people rolling, so.
Yep.
Blinger, you're really carrying Muse on this.
All right. So unfortunately, he does not owe money to the Mafia, Mike. Just what I was making you roll for. He's in trouble with the I'm blinking, the Triads.
All right.
All right.
And they probably don't do anything because he lives on a military base.
That's a good assumption.
Where's his girlfriend live, though? Did we get that?
Yeah, she is a like secretary or like an office clerk somewhere in Seattle. She lives in Tacoma, somewhat near the base.
Alright, and do we know what he keeps the schedule on? If it's Comlink, we can just hack the Comlink and be done with it.
That's the hope. Since
That can be another edge check.
How about this, Mike? Would you like to spend a point of common sense for this one?
For what device he has the schedule on, sure.
It's probably on his comm link.
Oh, wow, you're really trying to take all of Mike's common sense. All right, well, we have his number, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you got his number.
All right, well, we are going to be doing that old Kraken will look up from AR Slinger and give him the look. Hey, let's get in the car look.
And-
Gonna take that beer with him.
All right, so are Muse and Mike both up at this point? Just making absolutely certain.
Mike is making bacon and eggs or something.
Okay.
Yep,
Muse
Mike,
is eating her heart out.
Yeah, Mike
Okay.
makes bacon and eggs. It's good old-fashioned Irish bacon. It's a thicker cut. It's not quite the same thing. If you've ever been to Ireland, you'll know what I'm talking about. But other than that, it's bacon and eggs and Amazonian blend coffee.
At the mention of Amazonian brand coffee, Kraken kind of.
Hey, you know, when they absorbed the old country that was Colombia, they absorbed the best coffee grown in the world. What can you do?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Slinger's going to, get in the car. He's going to very, conspicuously set his large bottle of Dragon Dew in the center console and start driving.
And he'll receive
Kraken will mention. I
he'll receive
feel like
feeds
seeing
of
Cars
customers.
Redmond today.
Redmond. Okay.
As he again pulls out his machine pistol, puts in cyber arm, and then
There is
Checking
zero
across the
reason to drive to Redmond, guys. Zero reason. All that's going to do is increase your
Kraken was very obviously joking because he's gonna be in VER, so he just no sense of what's happening. But yeah, pistol in hand, cyber deck in lap, and going to hot sim.
Oh, wait. Before you go, I'm going to do that thing.
Get
Okay,
drunk.
Slinger did get the sarcasm.
And Slinger will receive the offers of feeds from Flag Spies again.
Yep, and Slinger's nodding to Mike, giving him the, very casual, never been in the military two-finger salute.
There you go.
And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay, bye.
Boy,
And,
Muse, what are you gonna do with all that alcohol lying around?
So once they've
Get
left,
really wasted.
and once Muse is eaten, Mike will offer her a Cuban cigarello.
Cigarello. Never had something like that before. How do I eat this?
You smack.
I'm just messing around.
And he'll do the thing where that you do when you have a gold-plated Zippo and offer to light it, because that's Mike.
And she will take the smoke into her mouth and not into her lungs, as you do with cigars, I understand.
Yep.
I don't know what. Oh, yes. I don't know if street drugs is probably not the right role for that.
All right, so Kraken is running wirelessly on the public grid, and in true tentacle form, he is up on one tentacle, looking around for that comm link.
Sure enough, he spots it. It's not running silent.
And I basically just want to know what's its rating, what's its firewall, and is it slave to anything?
Okay, so you would know that it is well, you as a decker, you know that the rating of the comlink would be the same as its firewall.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it is rating 6.
Pretty expensive.
However, in this case, because it is the military, it is actually Firewall 7.
All right, and is it slave to anything?
No, it is not slave to anything right now.
Is it currently in use, or is it just like passive?
Well, you're doing this in the middle of the day, correct?
Yes. We just woke up, we just had bacon and eggs. Courtesy of proper mic.
Yes, it is already in use.
All right, well, spotting its prey, the mighty Kraken slips under the surface of the Matrix and rushes towards its prey. Now using Hack on the Fly to get a mark.
Okay.
And I keep 8 successes.
All right, you get a mark.
And what is my Overwatch?
12.
12? Holy shit.
Yeah, I got 6 hits on that, yeah.
Wait, it gets double? I thought it was just hits, not double the hits.
Thought the only thing that doubled hits was nuke it from orbit.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, sorry. It's 6 then.
Yeah, because then you could hit convergence just from, looking funny at a rating 10 host.
Yeah. It's 6. I'm getting tired.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright, so I will enter the enter the comm link silently. And then I will do a matrix search to look for that planner.
Okay, go ahead and make a matrix search.
Five successes, so it was 1 minute, so it's going to be 15 seconds, and browse drops by half to 7.5, so let's just call it 3 combat turns. Let's round up.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and give me just one matrix stealth roll. Just to make sure that he doesn't notice anything funny going on in his comm link. Alright, you're good. And you're specifically looking for the itinerary, right?
Itinerary, anything relating to the kernel that might be useful as well.
Okay, yeah, you find a folder labeled schedule, like general schedule or something like that, kernel schedule.
Taking a look at the folder, see if it's encrypted, data bombed, etc.
Okay, this particular file is data bombed and encrypted.
That's where I say, son of a bitch. But not allowed, of course. Alright, good thing I did not take code block data bomb.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Those people, ugh.
This is software plus intuition. Isn't there a program that helped with it? No.
Do keep in mind
Just
that your
for
intuition is
disadvantage.
buffed. Your intuition is buffed, sir. You don't.
Yes, my intuition is at 8 at the moment. I got 3 plus 3
Yeah.
from uses.
That's right.
So it's going to be
Wait.
8. What? Yeah, 8.
I outburst. Ignore me.
So 8 plus 6 for, what was it? Do software and then plus 2 from the specialization, so 16 die. What was the rating of the encryption and what was the rating of the data bomb?
Sure. The data bomb was rating 6, and the encryption was rating 6 as well.
Ooh, I'm going to spend my edge on this. All right, so 16 dice versus 12 dice. Let's go.
I thought that data bombs only rolled 1 times their rating.
No, did bomb rating times 2 for the disarm check.
Okay.
Yep. That's why high rating data bombs are scary shit.
Mm-hmm. Because then everything get all bricked.
5 successes, like keep all those successes.
All right.
This
You
is not
disarm
a
the
sneeze or
data
attack
bomb.
action.
No, I know. So you're fine. But you do disarm the data bomb successfully.
All right, and then I'm going to. So I know he owes money to the triads, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do an edit file action to make a file basically saying pay up.
Okay. On this file.
No, I'm just making a new one. So because when I
Okay. Yeah.
crack the file, he's going to know something happened. So I'm making this look like the triads are putting the pressure on him to pay up.
Got it. All right. Go ahead and just make a quick edit file roll. All right. So yeah, you make a file, and you just want to say like pay up.
Pay up, and I know who the girlfriend is. I'm assuming we got her me feed from like the Matrix search, and they can make pictures. So I put a picture of his girlfriend in the file. So it says pay up or else, and there's a picture of the girlfriend.
Okay. You put that in the comlink.
And you also got the schedule.
I need to decrypt and then take the file.
Okay.
So I get 2 more actions. What's my Overwatch right now? Or it should be the
It
same. I
is-
haven't done anything yet.
Right. You haven't done anything illegal, so still 6.
All right, so I'm gonna switch sleeves. So I loaded decrypt, my attack, and I switched attack to data processing. Attack is 8 or attack is 6. I will edge that. And I keep 6 successes for my decrypt file action.
Okay. You succeed. So the file is now decrypted. You have alerted the owner of the comlink.
And I keep 5 successes to copy the file.
Okay.
And basically just leave it, send a message to it with like basically an AR pointer towards the file I made about the pay up or else. And then I jack out and reboot.
Okay, you do copy the file, and if you want to reboot and jack out, you do that.
All right, Slinger, looks like we can take our customary 30-minute loop-de-loop before we head back.
All right, so yeah, you guys do that. Mike, because I know you're going to ask, there's no one following you, nothing like that. No marks. You're good.
Just a very confused secretary and terrified.
Okay, and you now have his schedule.
All right, well, let's take a look. When is he going to golf next time?
Sure thing. So, looking at the schedule, today is now Sunday, I believe, right?
Yep.
So, he is not going golfing until next week. For this entire week, he's booked. And then next week, he is going golfing on Monday.
Any other things he's booked at? Do they look like things you might have an opportunity to get him at, or like are they all on base?
Right. So basically, for the rest of this week, it looks like he's pretty busy with things on base. You know, he has various meetings scheduled, but the locations are all on base. But this is during the day. It's essentially booked from early in the morning until early evening.
And then this would be more to Mike, but maybe Mike can look at it and see if he sees any sections that would look like when he's going to the bar. Keeping our options open. And then what is the name of the golf place he's going to?
Right, good question. I'll answer the golf thing first. He is going to...
I really hope it's not the place I'm thinking of.
I don't know what place you're thinking of. Right,
it was
so-
where Slender retired.
Oh my. Okay, so he's going to a golf course, this time pretty close to where his daughter lives at the university. So he will be going to West Seattle Golf Course.
Son of a! It is. If I remember correctly, that's the one.
Oh, this is that. Oh, son of a.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
Don't
it
go near
is.
the water. Don't go near the water hazard. But that's
Wait.
all metagame.
So
No,
wait,
this is the one where Slender and Co killed those kids.
what was the name of this?
West Seattle Golf Course.
I just had a terrible feeling it was going to be this one.
Hang on, where's that one at?
It is downtown,
Excellent.
just south of Elliott Bay.
Oh, that's also the one where a poet went to go orchestrate his own death.
I think that
Something's up that location, maybe. Maybe it's like a bad spirits. I don't know.
I
Bad
think
things have
this
happened
is.
there.
I think this is also the one where is that kind of water hazard.
I mean,
All right,
does
and
this golf course have a bad rep at this point, or what?
I
'Cause
would
it
assume
should.
that word has gotten around. All right, as far as your tradecraft knowledge skills, the obvious answer is that while a scheduled block would be a good cover for something else, in this case, it's probably something to do with the fact that he is actually busy and he has responsibilities relating to his military duties, and that if he was doing something else, it would probably be during his non-scheduled times. So essentially, on that next Monday, he has the day off. He has the entire day booked. His tee time is at 11 o'clock in the morning. And they'll be golfing for most of the day, planning on shooting a full 18 holes, and then he will go.
When he goes golfing and his bodyguards are there with him on site, how much interaction does he actually have with the people that follow him around, other than his compatriots or whoever he golfs with? Like, we had all the other footage from him at golfing. Are they, like, back 20 yards?
Yeah. It looks like they're mostly just there to caddy.
All right. Impersonating this guy might be difficult, but I might be able to pull it off.
We
We
could
built-
get him on the way out.
We
That
built
might
a
be
very
possible.
extensive dossier of this guy, including mannerisms, because we have multiple versions of him on camera and video, I assume, correct? With all the me feed stuff. And
Yep.
Yeah, unless if his
Should-
daughter's to me feeds, which would include more intimate moments, perhaps, with her father, when he's less on
Right.
guard.
Right, but what I'm saying is we would have as many bonuses as you could possibly get from having done all of the research you can do on a person, I would guess.
Yeah, I'll say you have a pretty complete dossier. Just missing some gaps in his history.
Right, but in terms of like mannerisms, speech patterns, so on and
Yes.
so forth.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got about as good as you can get without being actively being trained to be a double for the person by this person.
Right.
Well, so we're not going to just wait for the weekend and knock him out when he goes to the.
I'm just keeping the options open.
Okay.
The idea is either we can get him while he's golfing and okay, so these are my rough ideas. Either we get him when he goes to the bar and he goes in and is on camera there, and we smuggle him off the fort, or we get him when he goes golfing in some manner when he is separate from his bodyguards, like in a bathroom, and then Mike impersonates him for the 3 hours while he's gone, which seems more difficult to me, honestly. My understanding from the Johnson, Aaron, correct me if this is wrong, is that nobody can know that he was missing.
Right.
Okay.
For his schedule, did it mention if he was going to meet his daughter after the golf course?
Yes, he's going to meet his daughter after the golf course.
So that is another possibility right there.
Right, but impersonating him while spending time with his daughter is going to be the most difficult of all of the cons.
No, I mean, we hit him after he leaves his daughter, because that's where
Right,
he's
but he
most
has-
vulnerable.
He still has
There's
his
no golf buddies.
Yeah, but he still has his bodyguards, right? Am I wrong with that, Aaron? Or he does still have his staff members following him?
Yeah, but
well,
he might
he'll
just have
likely-
to wait in the car.
Let the GM answer, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he would probably have them wait. Well, he would have them wait somewhere nearby, but he would want to spend the time with his daughter by himself.
Right, but they would be somewhere nearby, and the daughter would know. I guess we could always ask the Johnson if there's any way to make the daughter not know as well. If she simply doesn't have memory of the events, is that sufficient? I don't think it will be, though. Do we want to ask the Johnson this?
Going to darker stuff, we could make it look like she got date raped with Laez as an explanation why she can't remember meeting her father.
Nope.
I'd rather not go that route, though.
Yeah, that's 3 edgy, 5 me.
Yeah, that's
So golf course, then, basically.
well. I think the bar probably is the best play. We do have an expense account to get proper sins to get onto base, at least for those of us who are going on. I don't know that the entire team needs to be on base.
We could send Mike in to see what's up with that room, basically.
Well, I think that the possible people that might need to go are Mike, Slinger, and or Muse. And Mike probably needs to go get onto base so that he can liaise with his contacts that is organizing the extraction. But we also need a more firm time of when he's going to be at the bar. But Saturday night at the same time sounds like a pretty solid bet, but it's still just a bet.
I'd suggest we could play the track what's on the golf course, but probably that depends if he uses the same vehicle to get there or not. And also, he's a trained spy, so he probably knows to look out for
Yeah.
bugs.
They probably scan for bugs. That's a thing you do.
Yeah.
So if the room thing is like a setup on the Yakuza side, the Yakuza would know what time he'd be coming. So that's an option there.
Right, that would be either breaking back into their hosts to check information, or something similar, such as in whoever they're. Let's pretend for a moment that that is what it appears to be, and there is a woman on a bed on the other side of that door, or there is a card game on the other side of that door. Then there will be some sort of concierge or madam type official that would handle setting up their appointments.
Did your
That's true,
contact
they could
reveal if
be,
that was a brothel or if it was just gamble?
I don't know. I did roll a lot on the card games, but an hour is a rather short time for a card game. It's a pretty classic time for a conjugal visit.
Well, we did have the camera footage from that time period. Did it roughly show the period
did
that we
it-
took? Did it show anyone go in or out besides
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, anyone else besides him? We did have all that footage, so we can go over that. Aaron, who else went in and out of that door?
Okay. You do not actually see anyone. Well, you will see other people go in and out of that door, but on the same night as him, no one else goes in or out.
Like, at all on that entire night?
Not from what the cameras show you.
So there may be a second entrance.
Right.
But this was on the second
Wait,
floor, correct?
It's on the second floor. Is it in a section that might lead to a larger back area than a small room?
You don't actually have a layout of the building, but it's you can probably assume something like that.
Well, we can roughly
We can get one.
Yeah, we can roughly construct a layout from what we know of the security footage. That was
Right.
part of that security design thing, is kind of getting a layout of the land.
Right. I will say with your combined ranks in tradecraft and security design, all those things, it's quite likely that there is another less public entrance that would not be, say, recorded by security cameras.
This be something we might find on a building plan, given that it's on the Ford
No.
area. Or this be
No.
something they did afterwards.
This would be afterwards. This would very be afterwards. You don't put where you bring in your major mojo, your heavy hitters, and your other people, who are made men in public. Not for when they're making serious deals. It's just a
Right.
thing you don't do.
So there's something going
But-
on in there, and they get in through a different way. We
Yes.
don't know where the entrance is.
Correct. And finding out would probably be, entertaining through the Matrix at best.
So maybe have Mike roll his contacts, try and see if he can find out what happens in that room. Exactly.
Except that indicates interest.
Well, I have
That
contacts. I have contacts I can trust to not let my interest be known.
Yeah.
But they tend to cost money, as we
Established
That
earlier.
we experienced.
Yeah. Because if Mike's contacts eat half of the expense fund, well,
What else
Well,
do
at
we
the moment-
spend it on?
well then, I don't know. I'm still annoyed that I didn't manage to expense the sniper rifle last time.
You
Because-
were not expensing a 25,000 million sniper rifle.
I understand. I'm still amused by the.
And then he gets out.
I
The
mean,
Ah.
amusement buffer overfilled. He had to reboot.
It was the big after.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make
Robo.
another Muse pun.
It wasn't that this time, so you're okay. I'm still going to have to go to your house and kill you though. For the previous one.
wow.
Yeah, amusing to see you try.
Okay, that seals it.
All right, back on track.
As inspiring as this conversation is.
Let's get back up. Let's get back off of the Muppets.
Yeah, I think that if you guys are willing, I'm willing to roll my broker of information.
Context.
Yeah, to see if they're willing to sell us information on what this place is all about.
That seems like our best option, because again, probably not going to find this on the Matrix, and I don't think it wasn't going to be on the host either. When I looked,
On the hidden host, maybe, but you'd be looking at, a more protected file even than the security footage.
I mean, he could try going in again, but that rigger
That
didn't
spider,
quite put the scare, but it made him, or spider made him kind of wary.
yeah. And I think we lost our other.
Lost Tuesday somewhere.
Tuesday's still sleeping it off, guys. Too much news.
Oh, yeah, I'm just
Too
gonna
much
talk
bacon.
Tuesday up
You know.
to, yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna guess that Tuesday's not coming back to this run.
Oh, that's a shame. Tuesday's still in bed until Tuesday next.
Yeah.
All right, so Mike, what is this you just rolled?
So this was Mike rolling his info broker to find information on that bar and what sorts of dirty secrets they're into, what sort of dirty little secrets they hide behind those doors that we didn't go find. Brandon Rocks is an underworld info broker for a reason.
Okay, and what is his connection?
He is Connection 5, Loyalty 4.
All right. And you just want me to tell you out loud?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm assuming you're looking specifically for what could James Howe be doing in this room, right?
Right, and yeah, what goes on in this room? What are they doing in here?
Okay,
Who or what are they doing?
sure. This room, from what your info broker has gathered, is used for meetings that neither the Yakuza nor the visiting party wishes to be public.
So the Fraggers of Johnson. Or am I reading that wrong?
Essentially the room is used for when two parties want to meet to broker a deal or exchange information or whatever the negotiated arrangement may be, and they wish to do so in a very secure and private location. And since this is a Yakuza bar, one of the parties is likely a member of the Yakuza.
Or at least a friend of the Golden Chrysanthemum.
Right, or at least a
That's not as
friend.
simple as I thought. Okay, well. It's good to know at least.
So if he's going into this bar, he's not going into someplace where he won't be missed. That's a problem.
Yep.
Yep.
So we have to find out when he's going and hit him on the way out.
Sure.
I think we should probably we should contact the Johnson and see if they want a 2-for-1 special with the daughter, and they can put the daughter back into place without it mattering that she disappeared along with him. Because
That would make it a lot easier for us, yeah.
right, if we could kidnap the two of them while they are alone together, and ensure that would complete the objective.
There's another option. The car itself, if it's not slaved to anything, it'd be possible for Kraken to bootstrap it, basically. And then we have someone waiting in the car for him when he comes back from the meet.
But where's his security going to be?
Well, his
Won't
security
bring
isn't.
security.
Yeah, there's no security with him when he goes to the bar.
Oh,
Robo bad.
I was still on the daughter plan.
Ow, that hurt.
Well, let's talk to the fixer first, and then see if we go
Okay.
for the car or the 2-for-1.
All right, sure. So you're gonna call up the Johnson then?
And we can
Right.
basically tell him we've identified 2 possible weak points where we can get him at.
One of them would be greatly easier if they could take him and his daughter to, and I won't say this in character, but to implant cranial bombs to ensure their continued subservience. Because
That was my guess as well. So
but if it might be in their best interest to also have leverage over the daughter as well as the father.
mhm.
Okay. So the Johnson will tell you that he does not particularly care about what happens to the daughter, but if you have a plan in mind in which it would be easier to extract both and then deal with the consequences later, for example, putting the daughter back later, then that might be acceptable.
Well, to be clear, you plan on having some way to ensure that he doesn't speak about having gone missing. Can you also do the whatever that is to the daughter to ensure that she won't be speaking about going missing? Because putting her back is one thing.
Yes, we can arrange something.
All right. Then in that case, where does he? This isn't to the Johnson. This is out of character. Where we do know where he meets his daughter regularly.
Yeah, they'll meet close to Seattle University. That is the one downtown, right? Sorry, University of
Oh.
Washington. I always get them confused.
Yes,
University of
University of
Washington,
Washington.
okay. Well,
Yeah, so they will usually
Which-
meet somewhere around the campus, grab a nice dinner, and spend some time together.
Right. Maybe catch a trid.
Right. A nice father-daughter evening.
Right. And all right. So I think our if since the Johnson is amenable to taking the daughter and ensuring hers on this as well, our simplest bet is to go ahead and plan on abducting the 2 of them.
yeah, sure, that works for me because university is the one place I actually am specialized in. So, woo,
What is?
academic environments is my specialization for etiquette, for example. And I have a bunch of Seattle U contacts, but I'm sure they can find ways of also knowing about Washington.
UW. It's UW.
Yeah.
Actually, Proper Mike has a UW identity. I believe.
God damn it.
Yes, he does. I remember that run.
Yep.
Oh, that one ended so badly.
It really did. It cost me 4 street cred to get rid of the consequences. And I actually even know somebody on campus, but that's a whole other story.
Mhm.
All right, so do we know the exact location? Is it like a private, or do they meet like for coffee?
I'll just say it's on his itinerary. They're planning to get dinner at a restaurant downtown, and then they will go see the latest Easton film.
I'm sorry for them. Actually, I'm not. We're gonna at least rescue them from that fate worse than death.
Yeah.
To another fate worse than death.
No, this became a rescue mission, guys. We're saving them from stim film.
All right, we will take that as a win.
Yep.
This just became a hooding run.
What?
Mhm. Yep.
I know
We're
I'm
doing them a
not.
service.
Did I
Okay.
accidentally grab a bottle of whiskey instead of cider? Because I'm not following.
Jeremy,
Jeremy Easton is.
we'll talk
Oh.
about this, another out of character thing.
Oh no, I've heard Easton stories. Never mind. The reasons never to run with one of Pulse's faces. Easton.
I actually broke Easton on my run.
But anyhow,
Another story.
Yeah, another story for another time. I am going to take a quick bathroom break. If anyone else would like to do the same, this is probably a good time. Otherwise, you guys can keep planning. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes, okay?
all right.
All right,
So
bodyguards will probably come into the movie theater.
it depends. They'll probably wait outside, actually. Because remember, they're trying to give them complete privacy.
Mhm. So we could get movie tickets to the same movie.
Right. He was saying that they're nearby, not that they're following him, basically.
Hmm.
Which makes sense. They'll probably sit at a cafe across the street and eat donuts and play on crosswords or something. I don't know. But
So what are we? Okay, how's the action going to go down?
um,
I can make people
So-
invisible. I can make them look different. I cannot make them stop making sounds.
I can make them stop making sounds. But they will then be limp, and we will need to carry them out.
Right?
I
But-
can make
Can-
them. I can make them not limp and have to carry them out.
Well, my plan was to rub DMSO slab on my hands because I'm immune to DMSO, and then just shake his hand.
I was going to go with Broccaronium patch, but that sounds way easier.
Then how are we getting them out of the well, it's a movie theater, so they probably like a back entrance as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Cats
set off
waiting.
that'll totally set off the fire alarm. But if we have an Americar waiting, and
Well, Kraken can be in the movie theater host,
That's-
wiping camera feed, etc., etc.
Wiping
Right.
camera feed, gigoing the particular exit we use,
I think that
because a movie theater host is going to be barely tougher than a stuffer shack.
Muse said that she could make things invisible and move them.
And make or make them look different. Yeah.
Can you by chance help move them?
Oh, yeah, I could. Yeah, but not like through a door without the door opening, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about doing the quote unquote heavy lifting.
Because
Obviously,
because-
we can open a door.
Yeah. Yeah. I can. I've done plenty of heavy lifting in my time, sadly,
And then,
regrettably.
okay, the biggest issue here is we're going to also need to text from his phone informing his bodyguards that they plan on seeing a second film. Because one film is not going to last for the entire 4 hours.
Yep.
Although it will feel like it because it's a Jeremy Easton film. But
Well, wait, if you do the slab, then he'll be out for more than 4 hours.
There's an antidote for it, isn't there?
well, I can always
Uh,
use not
No,
slab. I could use DMSO lace. I could use all sorts of things.
Les, the guest should probably do it.
I can also use narco. I mean, the thing with slab is it's you fail your test, you're going to go under.
Yep.
Same with liaise? Oh no, that's just for the memory part.
Yep. Rockeronium is also like that.
Right. It's not quite as good, and I don't have any on hand.
There's the gamma scorpion, whatever it's called, which is
It's
perilous.
it's not like I can't get it. I was just looking at what I had on hand first.
I have it on hand, is why I am thinking about it.
Do you have it as a DMSO form?
No, it's in patches.
Oh, we should also
Patches are DMSO.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
then
almost
yes, it's
I'm also
DMSO.
thinking about his comlink in case he has like a failsafe of some sort or like a dock wagon to alert if he does go suddenly unconscious, like a biomonitor.
Oh yeah, no, he will definitely have a biomonitor that his guards will be monitoring. So we will definitely need to loop that. But we also
I've
need
got to get the host on the mood theater and his comlink, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not sure how much on the hosts we really need to do. The host probably has a camera outside of the theater, but not inside the theater. Otherwise, Trid pirates would just hack movie theaters and steal the security footage of the movie.
So to muse or to spook, if I like hacking the host of the mood theater, I tell it to ignore telling it to ignore the fire alarm for like the next 8 hours. PA valve action.
I don't
not
think
go
so.
off?
I think you would have to like control the device of the fire alarm or
You could-
edit
you-
the feed of the fire alarm.
No, you could hack the fire alarm and bootstrap it.
Oh yeah,
to-
that's true. Yes, you
not-
could do that.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not the host itself; it's the device.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
strap the device to be non-functional, essentially. To be
All right.
non-functional and sends I'm functional codes or whatever. You know, it appears
Yeah,
functional.
basically have it
Yeah.
do
you
that
could just
like the
you could,
next
you could you could definitely
8
bootstrap
hours, and then it
You-
goes back to normal.
it. Yeah.
Then reboot and hack the guy's comm link. Send the biomonitor in a feed loop, so his bodyguards aren't alerted. And then once I do that, form proper Mike. Mike does the takedown, and we go from there.
Okay.
And Slinger also be in the movie theater, which should be pretty deserted since it's a Jeremy Easton flick.
It might be like a die-hard cult screening or something. You don't know.
Like, all I'm saying is have Slinger on hand in the theater as well as backup because you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Because, well, if we need a meat space crowbar, he is a very good meat space crowbar.
I'm a little bit worried about what the magical security of the movie theater will be like, so I'm going to check that out when the gym gets back.
I doubt it will.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Well-
movie theater. It's unlikely that they'll have much actual security. Not saying you shouldn't get out, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just going to check it out.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. Muse
Also,
just to
is
save
this
some
still
time.
the
I'll go
same
and
day?
just tell you.
Oh no, we're doing it
Okay.
for another day.
let the GM talk.
Yeah, Muse, just to save you some time. It's a movie theater. They basically don't have actual security. They might have a mage on call, like if something like terrible happens, but security is not like a big deal for a movie theater.
All right. Good enough for
We
me.
know the date, right, of the movie itself and such.
Especially not for a movie.
It's going to be next Monday.
All right.
It's I could beforehand just hack and bootstrap the device, so it does it on Monday by itself, right?
That is definitely a thing you could do.
Yeah, you could do that.
You go and you see a movie in that theater, and then you don't even have to go into the host because you can see the icon for the device.
When Prepper Mike says that, or when that's OC, Kraken is gonna give Slinger the look. He says, "I feel like a movie."
So long as it isn't some instant Boldrak.
And actually, Mike would have had out of like in character. That would have been in
Yep.
character.
We'll say that was Mike gave the planning character, and Kraken's like, "All right, we're going for a movie, Slinger.
I'll
watch
just
the,
try and make.
Johnny Killblade.
Okay, Johnny Killblade. Cool. That works.
We just put this down as a mission expense.
All right, so we're making a
Mission expense. Tickets.
Yeah, I think going to the movies would be covered under lifestyle if you're not like living on the street.
Yeah, I will say that your movie tickets are covered.
I don't
It's
think.
the popcorn. It's the soda. I mean, the prices. That's what you
Okay,
get the most
make a
money.
composure roll to avoid spending money on concessions.
No way. I'm loading up on Coca-Cola and popcorn. Or whatever the...
News is coming as well.
Of course. I have to make them invisible. How else are you going to get them out of there?
Oh no! This is just the pre-game where they're going to Bootstrap.
This is
Kraken will
Okay,
say
well,
you're
I'm going
welcome
anyway.
to come watch Johnny
Okay.
Killblade with us as well.
Is it a good movie? What are the
It's
ratings?
a
There?
good
'Cause, like,
movie. He looks
I
at
don't-
Slinger.
Oh, and Mike will say in character, "Well, it's not an Easton flick."
I almost worked for him once. Anyway, let's move on.
All right, we'll say that you're seeing more of an indie flick. It got really rave reviews, and it has a bit part by someone you recognize, perhaps. Isn't there another runner on the hub now that's like a movie star, like Glamour, right?
Glamour.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
God.
Sigma.
Oh,
Sigma's
Casey
like in the
Brown.
Horizon movie.
Yeah. So this is a Casey Brown movie. He actually puts on a pretty decent performance. You're surprised. You never knew that Casey Brown could act like that. But unfortunately, the movie itself is brought down by just terrible special effects and a mediocre script.
Oh,
Basically,
Oh.
it looks like something that was filmed in the early 2000s.
Exactly.
oh. And is it starring the Matrix Mean Machine? Is it in fact the run which turned into a movie for on the hub?
Yes.
Mean Machine. Who is that?
Synapse.
I don't even know what you're
boy.
talking about now.
Was that like
Yeah,
a zombie
that was a
surfing king or
movie.
something?
That was. No, I think it was a different one. I definitely
Hey.
remember the one you're talking about, and you would definitely recognize Synapse.
Also,
God.
of note, when you're sitting through the trailers, you do see a you do see a preview for something called Love Metahuman High.
Not touching it.
Uh,
Not going near that one.
Aaron, do you want me to actually roll for hacking the fire alarm, or is it?
No, this is not particularly difficult to hack.
Yeah, so it's bootstrapped to just not go off for 24 hours during that day. Basically,
Yeah.
for our time frame.
Yeah, I will let you. I will just hand wave it, and I'll just let you bootstrap it to go off at
you
the
should-
appropriate time.
You should also bootstrap the camera over that fire exit to offer you a mark on that day. To offer you marks. When it reloads on that day, offer you marks.
Yep, let's go with that as well. If there's a camera.
Sure thing. Yeah, there are cameras like leading out of the building, but none that are like looking in at the
Well, we're looking
area.
for the ones on the fire exit from the theater.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's like a camera on the exit.
Yeah, that's
So
the one
you-
I want.
Yeah. So
All right, so alarm's taken care of, camera's taken care of. And then
Okay.
it's just hacking comlink on the day of. And
Right.
looping
So all
the-
we have to do is pull up a car, hack the comlink on the day of, loop the biomonitor, the send a text that they are seeing a double feature, and so take care of business. Can we confirm via our sources that their bodyguards won't actually go into the movie theater to see a terrible Easton flick with them? Like, you said they usually keep their distance. Like, are we talking parked across the block at a cafe, eating, or
Yeah, they're
They're
probably
next door.
yeah, they're usually told to, stay in the vicinity, but you don't have to watch the movie with us. So they probably are hanging out at like a local cafe or like you said, getting food. They're probably within like a couple blocks, but no
Right.
more than that.
All right, so we look good then.
All right, cool. Then, is there any other prep before the day of that we need to do, guys?
We got the fire alarm taken care of. We got the cameras taken care of.
Do we have a way to smuggle them to the Johnson?
Uh,
I'm just going to throw them in
That's
the
the
trunk and
fire
hope we don't
exit.
hit any.
no,
No, but I mean,
I have a car with a smuggling compartment in it.
can you fit both of them in there?
Does anybody else have a vehicle with a smuggling compartment in it? I can probably get a smuggling compartment I can get it enlarged to troll size, which would fit the two of them.
I mean, you're a pretty charismatic guy. You could probably just bullshit your way past any checkpoints. But
Well, I appreciate that. It is generally easier not to.
yeah,
Although I do always have an aquatic option to get down to Tacoma, which bypasses the vast majority of checkpoints.
hmm
No one's going to be gone though, so I don't think that'd be something to worry about.
No, but checkpoints still are checkpoints. On the
right. What about? There was a thing we need to be set up to send them another message.
Slinger has a smuggling compartment. It's just usually full of rifles.
Well,
Right.
you can unload it for this one job, right?
Oh yeah, it's just he's gonna have to pull out the luggage bag full.
So I need to get
You're a fanboy.
the Recronium DMSO. I
Okay,
believe
do you need to roll for it?
full.
I will. Hold on. I need to check certain hub contacts, but I believe that a paralytic agent is not something that Dr. Feelgood is gonna have around.
She's the one they call Dr. Feelgood.
Mhm. So on the day of, we have to worry about sending a comic message to say they're seeing another movie, and we have to worry about the biomonitor.
Yes.
that
Pretty
right?
much.
Those are the main things we have to worry about that aren't like straightforward part of the.
Pretty
Right.
much.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Doesn't look like Recronium is on this list. Oh yeah, it is. Awesome. I'm going to pick up some DMSO Recronium from Dr. Phyllis.
How do I know you're using Dr. Phyllis? All right, if it's on the sheet, then yeah, pick it up. How much? Just getting like one dose.
He doesn't have her, I do. So
I do have her. And let's see. So the problem is, it doesn't last super long.
This is why we have restraints. And Slinger specifically has duct tape.
You should also pick up what's called the head jammer, in case he has like implanted comlink or way of talking.
is Slab a paralytic, or does it knock them out?
It does knock them out.
Yeah.
Let's see. It lasts for a while though.
Yeah, if there's a possible way to get an antidote or GMPR or whatever to take him back out of it.
Would somebody with a medical facility who's performing surgery have access to a way to bring a slab person out of it?
I would say yes, but you have no knowledge about where you're taking this person.
We can ask the fixer.
Yeah, we
That
can
might be
ask.
unprofessional.
He did stay alive. Slab is technically alive. I will contact the Johnson and ask them if they're under the effects of suspended animation, will that be a problem? And can you bring them out of it to reinsert them?
That will be sufficient.
Okay. In that case, I own DMSO slab. They're in capsule rounds, but I'll crack the capsule rounds open, smear them on my hands because I'm immune to DMSO, and then do that awkward movie shuffle when you go past them, and brush them with DMSO slab. And if that doesn't
Sounds
work,
like fun.
and if that doesn't work, we'll taser them down because it's going to be fun at that point. Fun, quote unquote.
Hmm.
All right, so at the car round back, Muse, Mike, and Slinger in the theater, and Kraken in the car.
That sounds right.
Yep. We are going to be using 2 vehicles for this because we only have smuggling compartments that hold a single person.
Okay.
Well, I have the Rigger 5 one, which is 20% of the vehicle size
Oh, okay.
on a generic car.
Then yeah, that's
Is
more-
that big enough?
that should be, since you can fit a troll-sized one before that. I would guess that a human being is 5% of the mass of a Americar. They're big.
I'll say you can squeeze in 2 people if you really needed to.
Okay, then yeah, they're going to be friendly.
All right. Yep. I think we have a plan, guys. I think it's time to execute. We're like 4.5 hours into a run.
Hmm. Let's do it.
I do love that 4.5 hours into a run. Yeah, time to actually, put the plan in motion.
Well,
And see where it falls apart.
Yo,
I mean, yeah, it's only like 4.5 hours of planning.
On an extreme threat run, that makes sense.
well, this is a high threat run, not extreme threat, but yes.
I mean, it could be he has immunity to slab. So you just he's like, what?
Let me tase him.
Like I said, the backup plan to that I think is tasing him.
Well, I also have the Rockeronium patches, so that's another before we initiate combat.
Actually, you know what? The easiest way is probably just to palm it into his fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
What if he doesn't eat the popcorn?
My God, we have Muse.
What if he has,
at the concession stand, serving the popcorn?
I think we're overthinking it, guys. I think we need to
All right,
Let's
yeah,
go.
let's just go.
let's go with the
We're going.
DMSO plan and slap patches if that doesn't work.
Mhm.
And then if that still doesn't work,
Then we tase the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good to me. Let's go. Woof. So fast forward to next Monday, I guess.
Yep, sounds good. And just to make sure, was there anything else you wanted to do before you did this?
Mike, do you have a taser that I can borrow that's not a gun?
all right, I'll use the second point of common sense, Aaron. Is there something I should have remembered to do?
I will also spend a common sense.
With your powers combined.
We are Captain Obvious.
I will say that from all the angles that you have looked at so far, this plan seems like it will work.
Is there an angle we haven't looked at?
Yeah. Part of that common sense is there an obvious angle we haven't looked at?
I mean, maybe like the daughter is secretly a combat adept or a mage.
I will say that you've done your due diligence and that you found any of the obvious security measures that you would have been able to find without, say, digging deeper into the Fort Lewis hosts, things like that, things of that nature.
So the daughter's not secretly like a cover plant, and he actually goes there and meets somebody else.
No, this appears to be he's actually going to meet his daughter.
All right. Well, I think it's time to do it, guys.
Let's do it and face the consequences of whatever Aaron has cooked up that we haven't thought of yet.
or he's just saying things like he is to make us paranoid, like I would do if I were GM.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
It's
I
just
would
like,
like to-
my favorite phrase is, "Are you comfortable with that level of success on something like 9 hits?"
I would like
That's how
to
you
also,
broke
with
out the
your
middle of
point
that.
of common sense, point out that how are you going to get them out of the movie theater without being noticed necessarily?
We're going out the fire door, Aaron. We already
And
said that.
Muse has invisibility to cast on them.
Right. So we
Okay.
right we
To
have
make them invisible, and levitate them through the door as we all walk out. We're going to have a mark on the camera that was bootstrapped on there, so we'll be able to edit the footage live and just loop it as we're going through there. The fire alarm has been bootstrapped to not go off, I believe, if I
Okay,
understand correctly.
okay.
Yeah, I just missed the part about being invisible. That's all.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go. That's why I'm going in. Yeah.
Do you,
Okay, good.
we have a week, and Mike has a disguise kit and disguise skill, and Muse has improved intuition. Do you want to default that we can all put on really good disguises, or do you want us both to actually roll this out?
The only thing I'll say that you can build whatever rating disguise you want, but for application, so that would be day of. I would want you to roll that out.
Okay, so the maximum I could build with +4 intuition. Let me double check because that increases my mental limit. And I'm doing this for the entire team. Alright.
Kraken's just in the car.
Well, if you don't want a disguise, I won't build you one, but...
Oh, he'll take it anyways. I mean, better safe than sorry.
Alright, so the maximum I can build is a rating 8.
Okay, so you have built 4 rating 8 disguises.
Alright, and that will give a total of +4 on each of them. So Mike's is going to be this. So
Jeez.
Mike is going to have
Easy
rating 8,
ghost.
Okay.
and then we'll do Muse next. Does anybody else want to assist with the applications?
Sure.
Slinger is going to try and assist, but I think
There's a good chance that you'll get a
Does-
glitch, and then
well,
yeah. If you're gonna
never
glitch,
mind. Never mind. He has no ranks in the skill. I thought I had taken disguise already.
okay. Well,
All right, Muse is
can I
going.
edge that since it's going on me? Probably not. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Rating 5 is high enough. I don't care.
All right, you want to assist the next one?
Yep.
Wow. I would like to try again on slingers.
All right, I'll say you'll have enough time to spend like 6 hours on this total. So you've already used 3, so you've got 3 more.
The application doesn't actually take the half-hour threshold.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, that's
Oh,
just
okay.
that's just building.
Application is like a minute, I think.
Right.
Okay, oh yeah, I'll let you try again at -1.
All right. So at -1, but then +3 from the assist. This time it's the same dice.
Mhm.
All right. That's
There we go. Slinger is quite happy to not be recognized because he's probably the hammer.
Mhm.
hands for the
Yeah,
drive.
non-lethal weaponry, right?
That's what I was asking because it's either stick and shock in guns, although
Do you know-
silenced guns.
Do you know how to use a pistol?
Yes, that's
All
what
right.
I was. I tried to ask for Mike for that.
We can totally buy you another taser. Like tasers don't have availabilities.
Yeah.
You can borrow mine. It's a Tiffany Defiance Protector.
All right. And so this is for,
I literally don't know how to shoot it.
and we'll try again on Krakens.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
that's not very helpful.
Kraken just like shakes his head.
All right. That's just what it's gonna be. You're driving.
Yeah.
You're driving a vehicle, so that should be enough.
Oh,
Time drive to
yeah,
the
I can
back
just
seat.
pick one up. Slinger's going to pick up an EX shocker during the time skip.
You don't want to pick up an EX shocker. You want to pick up a.
Why not?
The EX shocker has cables that come out of it. So you have to police your brass.
Never mind. I didn't check that bit. Thank you for saving me from myself.
Yes. You want a Tiffany Defiance protector. It's the highest accuracy.
Okay.
And a personalized grip, because they apparently.
Cavalier's-
Yeah, honestly, it's a taser, so go wild unless it's something crazy like chameleon coding.
I'm not going to go crazy because I've only got 1,500 new yen to my name.
But yeah,
That's pretty bad.
you pick up some taser darts and that. I would,
Does-
if in case we need to get into combat, if you can maintain buffs upon us until such time as, hell no, we don't know if he's astrally active. We'll just go, because it does add to initiative.
Oh god.
The more buffs yeah, it does. It's plus intuition. Everything that intuition is. Yeah, it's great. It's a great buff style. I love it. But
It's up to you.
actually, I might as well. I can just drop it if he. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll throw down. I'll eat another psyche. Can I
Yum.
can I make my drugs be run expenses for this?
Well, they were used in recon. That sounds
Use
like
tickets for run expenses, but we can use drugs. I see how it is.
well, tickets we soaked on lifestyle.
Drugs don't get soaked on lifestyle.
Well, they don't, especially not psyche, since the only reason that's even allowed as an addiction is because it's so expensive. So I do not get addicted to psyche, even though anyway. So I'm eating that, and let's throw down some buffs. I had actually made a macro for that before. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So on proper mic and on who's the other on Slinger, right?
Correct.
Is Kraken gonna need it as well in order to hack the biomonitor and the camera and the
I know I'm looking
like,
for,
can't-
so don't
camera's
need
already-
intuition. So I'm
Camera's
okay.
already hacked.
Well, the camera's already bootstrapped to get invited marks. He's still gonna have to
You
loop.
still have to. Yeah, he still has to do
Right.
that.
He's gonna have to loop.
Which will be ridiculously.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw out 3 buffs, and I will take a -3 on whatever roll. So you all get +4 unless you already have an augmentation. I do not take stun.
Did you include
Yeah.
Mike's -6?
No, I did not. I'm sorry. I'm retarded. So you actually only get +2. So there you go.
All right.
Good job, proper mic. And Slinger only get no, Slinger had lots. And wait, sorry. I put Slinger twice. Fuck. Which one was Kraken again? What's Kraken's essence again?
3.
Okay, so yeah, Kraken's fine. Wait, Kraken, it gets 3. Sorry. I'm sorry. This is too much.
It's okay. It's
That's
getting
okay.
late.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's just finish this. We're almost there.
Yeah.
We've got like 20 more minutes.
Mhm.
Unless shit hits the fan.
Well,
all right.
even if it's the fan, we could all be dead in 20 minutes.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Hey, if shit really hits the fan and we have UCAS military,
Yeah.
we're pretty well hosed in 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah, if shit hits the fan, I'm immediately leaving for the Caribbean.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kraken's already in the car, so he's just gonna get the car away.
So I will mention, Aaron, that Mike would have his bike on standby nearby the movie theater as well, and his boat's parked at a marina in downtown off of Union Bay.
Okay.
So that he can
Oh, ye of little faith.
so that he could evac by sea, or and he will have his fly spies watching over all of the entrances they can cover of the movie theater, looking for the bodyguards and then anything else.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
And the agent is still tasked with the whole, if I have marks on me, let me know. But I'm still gonna be running everything pretty much wireless. But yeah, I'm that
Okay,
very.
got it.
This guy is a Skinlink Technomancer. He's gonna hack my shit when it's offline.
I just want to point out that Slinger is now almost guaranteed 3 passes and has a good chance at 4. Thank you, Muse.
You're welcome.
Because 19 plus 3d6.
Let's hope it doesn't come down to that. This will be the first run ever that Muse has been on where initiative has not been rolled, if we do this right.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So the idea is we go there to that movie theater. Aaron, I think we're in go time, not
Yep.
going over it. We're gonna go to that movie theater and purchase tickets to go to the same movie as them. And Slinger and Mike will be a couple of buddies going to see a Easton flick.
All right. And which sins are you broadcasting? Just so I know.
Oh, right. Okay.
This is
Oh,
a downtown movie theater.
We're going to get them under mission expenses, so it's going to be a Kyoko sin for the two of us that are going in.
There's only 2 of us are going in.
Oh, are 3 of us
Mike and
going?
Muse.
Well,
Me, Mike and Muse.
we had 25,000, so
Oh.
25,000 for 3 Kyoko sins. We can
Okay.
totally use that because it's half price. We can get rating 6s with that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
The remaining ones are 10% price, yeah. Sorry. First one is half price. The subsequent ones are 1/5 or 1/10 or something. Anyway, it's not important. We get all the sins we need.
Right, because it's much less than 25,000 New Yen.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
And
Yeah, so you get the sins. So, I mean, you're going through the Johnson, but he will get them to you at the same price as Kyoko will say.
Okay.
My thought is, should we bootstrap the daughter's comlink beforehand, so I don't have to hack hers as well?
That's probably a good idea. Bootstrap the daughter's comlink to just go offline during that period of time?
Just give me Mark so I can control it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think would be the better idea, because maybe she has a biomonitor too and a minder who might get alerted her biomonitor goes off.
Sure. Let's do that. We have her comlink number, so you can find her comlink. So,
Do you want me to roll that, or should we just hand wave it?
She would not be rolling that many dice. We'll hand wave it,
I just realized
especially
something.
since you have so much time in preparation. So
I just
All right,
realized.
so that way, if she does have someone she was supposed to meet afterwards, whatever, we can say, oh, double feature again, so no one's going to be looking for her while she's gone as well.
right. So, if you bootstrap it and get marks, is there anything in the text message log about that? Like, does it sound like she sends in "I'm okay" texts every so often, or?
Biomonitor, that kind of thing.
yeah, she does appear to have a biomonitor, but it's something like she has a dock wagon bracelet. It looks like.
All right, so that was a good idea then.
Yeah. So the biomonitor is mainly for the dock wagon bracelet.
All right,
Which would, of
so
course-
I just set it up then so it doesn't, it's just everything's okay. during the time period. So proper mic, if you miss those or slaps her, it's not going to alert Dr. Wagon. And then all you have to do is hack the kernels, do the same thing, give him the okay. He does a slab, he just does invisibility, take him out of there, and we're good to go.
Okay.
And Mike will also be carrying his directional jammers with him. He'll pass one to Slinger, he'll carry one, and he'll also carry his area jammer as the backup plan to all of that.
All right, sure thing.
If
You're
stuff
trying
goes,
very hard. It is a high threat run.
If
So-
stuff goes south, everything turns off. Yay!
Yep.
And on Mike's hidden arm slide will be his auto injection gun, which also has slab and narcoject in it.
All right.
And his taser will be in a regular quick draw concealed holster.
Sure thing.
Would you like the palming check on that?
No one's gonna check for weapons in the movie theater.
Okay. All right, cool. Then in that case, I think it's time to go see a movie, guys, or at least the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean it's an Easton flick. They've got to, the best part's going to be the trailers.
Well, and of course, this is the Six World, so this is a full sensory experience.
Yeah, I don't want to be inside Easton's head, ever.
All right. But yeah, so the idea is, Aaron, that we're going to trail them into the movie theater, with Slinger and Muse playing a happy couple, and Mike being the, single guy who's trying to get a good seat, and he's going to edge his way past the daughter and father as they sit down and do that thing that you do when you trip over somebody's legs super clumsily, and grab the arm of each one as I'm trying to get up, like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, pardon me.
All right.
Did we ever consider? Wait, do we ever consider possibility the Colonel has the ortho skin?
Yeah, the first thing I was going to do was perception the fuck out of the guy.
Yeah, so let's start from the first part. So you're going to follow them in. There wasn't like an exact time on the itinerary about when they were going to arrive, but you do get that they were going to the 7:20 showing of Jeremy Easton's. I don't know, what should we call this Easton movie?
A daughter's regret.
There we go. A Daughter's Regret. A Jeremy
Very
Easton
good.
film.
And with that visual and detail on him, looking for A, concealed weapons, and B, at his skin. Does his skin look like mine?
All right, hold on. Let me make a quick roll real quick.
And then also,
Is there anyone else in the theater?
Okay, Mike, you do not see any weapons on him that are obvious. And visual detail, no, he does not appear to have skin like yours.
does he appear to have ortho skin of some variety?
Ortho skin, no.
But dermal plating?
No, he does not appear to have any sort of dermal plating or ortho skin.
Okay.
That much you can tell with a quick glance.
Well, if we're unlucky, we're going to have him, oh yeah, he's got a rating 6 nephretic screen.
Yeah.
Okay. And Slinger, you're just going in separately, right?
I think I was going in with Muse, I think.
Uh,
They were teamworking this fitting in thing.
And Mike will be happy to guide them over D&I.
Well,
Close your
Slinger's
mouth.
apparently learning something.
Chin, tuck in your chin.
Yeah,
Slingers is apparently learning something from all this hanging around with Mike and manages 6 successes over, which is over his limit on 7 dice.
Mhm.
He keeps 5.
Okay.
Slinger the proper mic to be.
Slinger may just turn into proper Mike's favorite muscle at this rate.
Oh yeah, I should probably have sensed them. Oh wait, I'm supposed to take a -3, so I actually only had 3 successes on that, but whatever.
Okay, so you all made your etiquettes, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, Mike, you got 6. Slinger, you got 5. Hughes, you got 3.
Mhm.
Okay.
She may look like she's on drugs a little bit.
she may look like she's on drugs or not quite comfortable dating this guy that she's with.
Who has obvious cyber eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
That is-
luckily, you're not the
Look-
only one here who has cyber eyes, but
Yeah, and I mean, his polychromatic contacts help.
You
All right.
know, cyber eyes do that on their own, right? You can reprogram the colors of your cyber eyes.
Oh
It's-
yeah, but having, better contacts that aren't the eyes themselves.
But I
Yeah,
think
so wait, does the Colonel have cyber eyes?
yeah,
I,
Mike.
I believe Muse was going to a sense.
Oh, I was?
Alright, let's
Okay,
wait.
sure.
Like
Sure.
you said something about it, and then it got.
Well, I'm like, I don't want to look too interested in him, but yeah, whatever. On him and his daughter, I guess.
Okay, so on him, with 2 successes, you can definitely tell that he has some cyberware. His left arm is a full limb, and he would appear to have.
I will make sure to inform Proper Mike about that. Go for the right arm. It seems like a useful thing for him to be aware of.
Can I make
Oh,
a
funny
terrible
thing,
joke?
cyber arms are still subject to DMSO,
Oh, they are?
as
Yeah,
Bones found out.
Proper
I did
arm
not
is
know
the
that.
right arm.
Okay.
Other notable wear that you can tell is he does have some wear scattered throughout his body, some in his torso, some in his head, just various bits and bobs. The daughter does not appear to have any augmentation. However, she is awakened, a very low, well, not very low, but a lower magic rating than yours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll let them know the daughter's awakened. She's not runner level, but she might be dangerous, so be careful. I don't have any counterspelling dice. Not that that means anything to you, but
On our dossier on her, was she taking magical studies? Perhaps? At the
She was not. She is an art major.
oh, just like me.
still possibly an adept.
And actually, with 4 successes, you get exact magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you do. I'm okay just giving you the exact number, honestly. She is magic rating 3,
Okay.
and the whatever information you find on her would. She does have some very. She has some very noteworthy art projects. She's gotten recognition for them.
Oh, I fucking hate people like that. I hate people who are
Exactly.
better at art than me.
The exact essence, magic, and force of the subject. The general cause of any astral signature.
Mhm.
Presence
Yeah,
and
that's
location
enough
of
information, really,
beta
yeah.
aware.
If any
And
is relevant, please let us know, Aaron. But otherwise, the exact magic.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
He said that
Uh,
exact magic is 3.
yeah, I did say
so-
that.
Yeah,
Other
no,
relevant information: the aura. The daughter appears to be quite happy. The other aura is also happy. Yeah, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
They're in a good mood.
Okay. They don't seem suspicious yet, I'll mention. Or they
All
don't
right.
seem on edge.
So with let's see.
We needed the hacker to hit their biomonitors first, right?
Yep.
On the double check, did you do intuition on me or on Kraken as well?
Yeah, that's why I'm taking -3.
Yeah, she did it on everyone.
All right, so I'm going to matrix perception onto the comlink and his cyberware.
Okay, go ahead.
So 5 successes.
All right. Yeah, he has a. They both have comm links, obviously. You've already bootstrapped the daughter, so you're fine on that one. And you see his. It is not running silent currently. What would you like to know?
What is his device rating?
His device rating is 7.
Expected about as much. I also want to know, did I detect if he had any cyberware that was wireless or running silent? Specifically, I'm looking if he has like a comm link built into him. Or a deck or something like that. Something you could use to call or track him. Like security tags as well on both of them.
Right. Actually, I need to make a roll.
Because he has like a security tag under the skin or something, that's a problem.
Hmm.
That's why we
Okay.
carry bug scanners.
All right. So good. So with your matrix perception, you see not only that he has an open comlink, but he does have an implanted comlink running wirelessly.
That is a complication. I did
Yeah.
mention to Mike buying the head jammer. Did you do that?
I would have if I, as a player, had heard you say it.
I thought we did during the OOC/IC planning phase.
I
Give me
think
the
it
very
would
caught,
be.
but
I don't. Yeah, I
I
don't.
will say that I did remember hearing something about a head jammer. So I will let you get the head jammer because I did hear that.
We did have over the week prep time.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just worried that if someone's monitoring his comlink, then seeing it go offline suddenly might be a little bit suspicious to them.
Right.
Yeah,
I
so the
think.
problem
I
is
think.
I can't hack both and at the same time, and I can't
Mhm.
delay the bootstrap to a certain point. I believe. I'm not sure on that.
Sure, you can hack them both at the same time. It's called the fork.
It's a little bit dangerous.
It's a little bit dangerous, but I mean, it's not impossible.
Well, what was the rating of the implanted comlink?
Hold on, I need to check.
It's also that we can't take the implanted comlink off him or
Right.
like spoof so it looks like it's still that location if it's sending a tracker to somewhere else.
Yeah. Can you snoop them to see if they are sending any information?
Okay. So, anyways, first of all, the implanted comlink is only device rating 4.
And the external comlink is device rating what?
7.
7.
Okay.
It's so Spig walking through this, it sounds right. I'm going to fork to get 3 marks on both basically, and then bootstrap both. Then
Okay, what I would do first is not fork at all because you can do them individually. The one that I would go for first is to target the rating 4 one. I would put a mark on it and snoop it to see if it is sending messages to somewhere else, like keeping
Alright.
people updated on its
And-
location or something.
I would also ask, since you matrix perceptions to get them both, what devices they have slaved.
Yeah.
Yes, what devices do both of them have slaved to them?
Yeah, sure thing. The Rating 7 comlink, the open one, does not have anything slaved to it. The hidden comlink has pretty much all of his Matrix gear running wirelessly in silent mode. They include a pair of cyber eyes with implanted smart link. I'm trying to think of what other things would be wirelessly active or want to be wirelessly active.
So the implanted one is the one that's running his biomonitor.
Oh,
in Dogwagon.
Yes, that's right. His biomonitor as well is slave to that.
he has, and that's a Himitsu. That's why it was
Yeah.
running by it. Himitsu's rating 4. I own one. They have.
They can do that. Yep.
Wait, what
Although
about
being
Himitsu?
an NPC, you could. It's just the type of comlink that he has. It'll only have a firewall of 2 apparently. Oh wait, no, Himitsu is rating 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably an NPC model of some sort.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So anyway, you can, if you can snoop it, then you can find out if it's sending any information to elsewhere. But
You
yeah,
should
so
also-
biomonitor.
You should also ask if it's slave to something.
Yeah, so are
well,
these... Well,
it
if
shouldn't-
it's slaving something, it can't be slave to something else.
I
if I
think
remember
that's right.
correctly.
Yeah. I don't
Which
think you can
means
have
that
daisy
the-
chains.
Which means that the external comlink could be, because it
So
had
is
nothing
the
slaved.
Right.
rating 7 slave to something else?
The rating 7 comlink is slave to something else.
Oh,
This Matrix perception tell me what it is slave to?
It should.
Yeah. So I was about to tell you. So it is slave to a cyber deck.
All right.
With
So-
my Matrix perception, was I able to tell that Cyberdeck is nearby?
Let's see. You would be able to spot it if it's within how many meters again?
Or basically, I mean,
With this
if we knock him out and we take the comlink off him and just leave it there, is that going to be able to tell anybody anything other than the comlink's still there?
which one is his persona running on, or does he have a persona running right now?
He's. I mean, he's not doing anything in the Matrix right now. He's watching a movie, which I guess if that would require you to have a Matrix persona, he would have one. Otherwise, no. But if he was, it would be running through his rating 7 one.
Alright, so I'm going to hack the rating 4 one first, bootstrap it, we take care of all that stuff, and then I'll hack the rating 7 one, and then just stay in there for the duration of this with Fly on the Wall, and snoop if any requests or anything come for that, because if we reboot it, the person running the cyber deck slave to it will know that it shouldn't be rebooting at that moment and be suspicious.
Right. The thing is, we don't actually need to take the rating 7 with us. We need to send the text
Yes.
to the number that he checks in with. We decided to do a double feature.
Yep, so I own the rating 4 one first, we take care of that, and then you knock him out, and then I hack into rating 7.
I mean, yeah.
And then at that point we can see, we'll know which one he sends the message to the bodyguards with, and then spoof to whichever one to them.
Sounds good to me.
So after I explain that plan to Piper Mike, does he get any common sense to see if there's something wrong with this?
Or does Muse?
Muse doesn't know shit about computers.
No, that seems like it is a plan that would work.
All
Assuming
right.
you don't set off an alert. So what happens if you set off an alert? Then we are worried.
If I set up an alert, this run is fucked.
Use a-
So that's why I have all the extra.
Apparently,
You're cutting out. Sorry.
And to be fair, you also don't actually have to edit file to send the text. Once we are in physical possession of the comlink, we can just do that.
Yeah.
Um,
We're not, and it's Piper Mike and Muse will be exiting with the bodies. No, it's gonna be Michael stay disguised, I believe, and Slinger and Muse will leave with the bodies, correct?
we're all leaving with the bodies.
But if we take the comlink from that location, then they'll know.
Right. We duct tape the comlink to the bottom of a chair.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, we
we put
don't
it
have
back on
anyone
the
there
room.
though. We won't.
That's fine.
Using the comlink will be a problem.
What?
We're going to use the comlink before we leave.
No.
It's-
If he checks in like time period intervals through the comlink,
Oh, okay.
there'll be no one
You could
there,
leave
and
Slinger
I'll be
there.
out of range.
Right.
Slinger can defend himself, right?
Slinger can very much defend himself. Slinger just isn't gonna, fight the military for no lousy 30K.
No, all he has to do
Yeah.
is type buttons on a
All he has to
comlink.
do is press buttons every so often to check in.
Does he have to defend himself against an Eastwood film?
Yes.
No, you'll be fine.
Well, I would consider
Absolutely.
Easton film in Assault on the Senses. I don't believe he would have to roll for it.
Well, composure to not run out of the theater or fall asleep. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Speaking of fall asleep, we're running along.
All right, so we got
Okay.
all planned out. We're good. I'm going for the hack.
All right, let's see how the dice fall here. And you're hacking the rating 4-1 first, or the rating 4-1, right?
Yeah, I'm running silent. I'm in hot sim. I am going for the rating 4-1 first. I'm gonna need to do it 3 times to get 3 marks to do the reboot. Once I do that, I slave to the biomonitor, and at the same time as I do the reboot, it's a free action to Mike. Tell him go. Mike slabs both targets as I do the reboot. That's in care. Then I do the ring 7-1, and we go from there.
Okay.
I keep 8 successes.
And to be perfectly clear, I assume we've refreshed all of our edge, given that we had a week.
A week, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You had plenty of time. I will not deny you your edge. Okay, and you get a mark.
And the next was to snoop. No, it was snoop on this one correct to see if it's sending anything. Or yeah, so I'm going
Well,
to
you don't
snoop
necessarily
action.
have to. But that is, yeah. Every roll should be worth it, is basically what I'm saying.
That's snoop. Snoop's just by logic and firewall.
Yeah.
Am I comfortable with 5 successes? I will take it.
Okay, so you successfully snooped the comlink. Currently, it is not sending any messages to or from anywhere. Well, the only thing that it's relaying is the information from the biomonitor.
All right, so then this is not the one that checks in with the bodyguards.
No, but this is the one relaying the information from the biomonitor to where?
Yes. Oh no, it's just the
Right.
monitor to the dock wagon. Bracelet.
Yeah. It's essentially for him. It's not a dock wagon bracelet, but it would be sort of some sort of alarm which would go back to the military.
All right, so the next hack on the fly. 6 successes. Am I comfortable with that level of success? I will. I will edge it because I have 5 hit.
Okay.
All right, so 8 successes. Just because I do not, if I blow one of these rolls, it's just run over.
Well,
So
you have
then-
another mark.
Don't forget to check your Overwatch too.
What's my Overwatch at?
9.
Okay, sorry.
All right, well that tells me I wasted my edge.
I will let
Five.
you edge if you want to edge.
I'm gonna edge again. That'll put me at 3 edge.
Oh man, I love deckers that actually carry edge.
Yeah.
All right, so 8 successes.
You have a mark.
So I'm at 3. So
Yes,
I
you're
will
at
be
3 marks.
So it's a message to proper Mike asking if he's in position, and say we're about to go.
Yep. Mike will be walking down the aisle, turning into the same row that they're on.
You want
And-
to do the format device too before, because you can reboot it after.
But right, I'm gonna load Bootstrap instead of fork. And what did you say
Okay.
about format device? I thought that was reboot as well, basically.
No, format. You have to format and then reboot. That's why it's sort of the most challenging way to break or control the device.
All right, so it's 2 more rolls. All right, so I'll
Yeah.
be doing the format and this sleaze again. It's
Yeah.
computer plus logic, so same dice. In my comfortable 6 successes, I'm at 3 edge. I suddenly do the rank 7. I will.
Is this a variable power plus firewall? We never did
Yeah.
actually check what the firewall on the device did we?
I'm okay with it. Well, it's a rating 4, so it's going to be probably 5 since military, so he's rolling 9 dice.
Okay.
So I'm comfortable with 6 successes. So do I successfully
You
format?
successfully format the device.
And what's my Overwatch at?
It is now at 14.
Right, and then next is the reboot device, which is data processing. So I'm going to switch around my attributes.
Go ahead.
All right. And double checking, so this isn't connected to other ones, so yeah, this should all be good. And then reboot is the computer plus logic. 5 successes, am I okay with this?
You don't need to edge it because
Yeah.
it's a data processing action. It doesn't alert them if it fails.
That is correct.
It only consumes the action, and if you were trying to time it perfectly with someone else, then it would be worth edging. But I think you're just trying to make it
And-
go, right?
Yes, and this is when I tell Mike go time, or I send the signal basically. So as this happens, he's doing the DMSO slap on both.
Mhm.
And I've already bootstrapped the other person, so that will not send any signals. So I've set that up.
Okay, so you reboot the device.
All right, and it's up to Mike to now slap them.
Right, he does that pretty much at the same time.
Right. I don't know. I'm just not buying it with the tradecraft. I feel like it's a knowledge skill, and I see where you're coming from, but I don't really see how it would necessarily apply in this situation.
Do it in such a manner that does not alert him that this is an attack.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I was looking for. More of
Why don't
Nope.
you just roll con instead of performance? Because you're trying to convince him that you're a bumbling
Con's
idiot, but you're
talking,
actually.
performance is movement.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's how it's been explained to me.
Yeah. So first of all, go ahead and make. We'll call it an unarmed attack. You just need to touch him, basically.
all right. So the +2 for the touch attack.
Yes, and on a tie, you will hit him essentially.
He is sitting down too. Like,
Right. Yeah. Uh, so you're coming to touch him. I am just going to roll his surprise. Believe it
I feel
or
like
not,
we're-
he.
Tradecraft might reduce his dice pool for surprise if you'd go that. We really don't want to set him off.
Yeah, I forget. Surprise is what? Reaction plus intuition.
Yeah,
that's
threshold 3.
is usually you have to make a perception check to realize something like that first, but
Right. Well, the thing is, he. Remember the etiquette check that I made you guys do?
yeah.
Yeah, he actually saw through all of your etiquette rolls, but it wasn't enough to set him off. Just enough to put him more into like the yellow zone.
right.
So that's the only reason I'm giving him a roll right here.
Well, he is a spy.
And anybody who lives in condition green as a spy is, stupid.
Whoops.
Wow. That's
All right,
2
so
hits.
only 2 hits. All right, he is surprised.
And then what would you like me to roll to sell him on this?
You know
I
what?
don't think
Your
you can
choice
sell him
of
on it.
con or performance.
They're the same dice pool.
Exactly. Then it doesn't really matter.
Just roll the dice.
I'm going to edge that.
Conform.
Okay.
Good.
Jeez.
I can keep 12 of those.
God damn it.
Okay.
I'm the most convincing bubbly fool I could possibly be.
What? Oh my god. That's
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I'm not even gonna roll for that because, quite frankly, I don't think he could get enough hits.
So the DMSO dread has now been applied to them.
Yeah. Yeah. You stumble past with your popcorn and you act like you trip on one of their feet as you're trying to get past to get to your seat, and oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh, look at you. Let me get that, and then, of course, you know what happens next.
3 seconds later,
Right.
they are
Got them both out.
they appear dead, and the biomonitors read that they're still alive and fine.
Yes.
Yep.
And in this location?
And in
All right,
this
now the
case,
only obstacle is his comm link. So
which
another question is, if we just gain physical access, would I even need to bother hacking it?
you should not need to.
Well,
So-
you have to hack through the home screen.
Right.
Slinger's up to it.
Just when I look at his comm link, does it have like a thumbprint recognition thing?
I mean, it's one of those things where I imagine, like, yeah, it would have something like that.
And then I take his thumb and I put it on the thing, and it says, "Welcome."
Right. It's something like that. Like, as long as it's in physical contact with them, like, it'll give whoever is in contact with it access. Something like that.
So then he has obvious text messages to his guards, I would guess, at regular intervals.
Yeah, it looks like he checks in every hour or so. Although you imagine that during the movie he would not check in. Common sense would tell you that.
Right.
He had a
So,
history. No, never mind.
Do we know when the movie is going to be over?
well, the movie is just starting, so it's still during the starting credits. So it would still be an opportune moment for me to send the text message of, in whatever vernacular he typically uses, of, we've decided to see X movie after this, sort of thing.
We'll check in at the end.
Yeah, we'll check in at the end.
Yeah, sure. Just go ahead and give me a con roll. Obviously, no tailored pheromones for this one. Just general con.
All right. I'll go ahead and edge that one as well. because, like to do.
Okay. Not going to tell you, but you send the text message.
Considering they are looking at a text message from their boss, I'm gonna hope that
Also,
my
what's my Overwatch?
Trying to think. You haven't done anything since the reboot device, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Alright, then
Still
I don't
14.
need to be hacking anymore, so I could have just rebooted
That's
it. So
okay,
never
yeah.
mind.
well,
Next thing,
Yeah,
you want to get
it-
the camera on as we go out.
Yeah, so you are at 14 right now.
and he does still have Snoop going. Has there been any outgoing traffic other than what we expect?
No, not from the hidden comm link, no.
Has there been any outgoing traffic other than what we expect that while I'm looking at his other comm link?
No.
Okay. I think it's
The
time.
only thing
Car.
I could think of is if the person who the other comic is slave to, cybernetic-wise, is within distance and observing that the rating for hidden comlink is it within his search range, wireless range, whatever. Because he's
Well, but the
within
hidden-
100. And
But the hidden
goes out of
comm link
100.
isn't the hidden comm link isn't slave to anything, and it's running.
No. But if he had matrix perception and seen that it was there, silent.
Right,
And
but
then
then
suddenly
if he
disappears.
makes another matrix perception at a later date, it just didn't get through the running silent part.
All right, yeah, if that's how that works, then yeah, never mind.
I think it's time to load him in the car, guys, and try and get paid.
Slinger double checks real quick that Slinger double checks that the cameras are hacked and so on.
I think we can just basically hand wave the rolls for the bootstrapped devices.
Yeah, if they're bootstrapped, the host is not particularly high rating. We'll hand wave those.
And then
Then-
once he's in the car, I'm going to use my sensor ray, my cyber arm, to scan for any bugs we might have missed and any cyber we might have missed.
Yeah, I will just say that you do your due diligence, and you sweep for any tags, anything like that you might have missed. Okay, you clean him.
I don't think we need to throw the head jammer on him though, because we need that biomonitor continuing to report things.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
Yes.
Although I will have it ready, I will have it strapped around him so that at a wireless signal I can turn it on. But yeah.
All right, I think we're good then. Slinger will be staying in the movie theater, I believe, on the comlink just in case. While Muse, Mike load him in the car and they leave with Kraken. Meet.
Yep. That's the plan, GM.
Okay. Let's see. So,
Are you gonna give Muse her first combat run without initiative? Her first run.
Yeah.
Have
So-
we done our due diligence?
Yes,
After-
you've done your you've done your due diligence, and you magic them out the fire alarm. If you want
I
to
hope,
create some
yeah,
sort of
they're
distraction so that the crowd doesn't notice what's going on. Although,
Usually those go out to back doors, but they're
There's
invisible.
also, yeah, the ones that are floating are invisible. There is just a couple of us going out the back, but
Right.
I can make that. Well, okay, I don't know.
No. What I can do is I can make it look like we decided we wanted to go home early because movie theaters have that effect.
yeah, just
sounds
give
good
me
to
a quick etiquette roll, just so you look normal while you're doing all this.
Oh God, while sustaining 5 spells.
I would like to
You can drop the one
so
on Kraken.
DNI, You just keep calm, breathe, pretend like we decided to duck out early for reasons, and so on and so forth, and that will be. Oh, I was going to leader you.
Muse is just like, shut up, Mike. I don't need you.
No, I think she's reasonably, I don't know, cowed. He's the experienced face with all the contacts, and that she wants to be. So she's willing to take his advice.
Can Slinger benefit from the same leader role, or is it a different one?
Well, he's not ducking out with. You're sticking around in the movie theater.
Right, brain. Durr.
Yeah, Slinger, make me a
There we go.
make me a willpower plus logic roll.
Oh, ow. Ow.
What is that, like 4 or 5 dice? Oh,
5 dice.
Yeah,
Slinger,
Are you satisfied with that level of success?
Um,
And what is your edge stat? Because you might be better off post-edge pushing the limit.
that is exactly what I'm going to do, is post-edge push the limit, because that gives me because it's the same dice and gives me the rule of 6s.
Is this spirit stuff? Because
Nice.
Muse did actually perceive.
all right, Slinger, congratulations. You have good taste, and you do not like this Easton movie.
Oh, you son of a...
Oh,
I thought this was for something, brutal. Oh.
logic and willpower is a thing for resisting certain mind magic. So you're evil for that, Aaron. I applaud you. Oh man, you probably actually heard me literally applauding.
I did, yeah. But no, congratulations. You guys did your due diligence. I could not catch you on anything, which is good. The consequences would have been rather high, but at this point, you make your way out to the car.
Chopper's high, probably.
Something like that.
Or military force
We'll
spirits.
talk about it. We'll talk about it out of character if it doesn't come up. But
Right,
yeah,
let's go.
So anyways, you take your two targets, your two hostages, whatever, back to the location that the Johnson indicated. It is a warehouse by the docks, an empty warehouse. You can make all your paranoia rolls. I will say that you don't spot anything out of the ordinary. There is a wireless matrix signal that you'll probably notice. That is a Metalink sitting on the ground. And in this empty warehouse, there are only 2 chairs with spotlight shining on them.
that
And
seems.
what appear to be restraints.
Yep, that's pretty. That is our cue to drop off the targets.
Okay, so yeah, you strap the targets down into the chairs, and then out comes a roto drone with a cred stick dangling from it, and it will go over to you, and you can take the cred stick and split it up.
And did we get that 2,500 mission expense, the J to pay for it?
Yeah.
For the info?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll say that you can cover that from the mission expense fund I gave you. However, yes, that and the sins. Okay, anything excess of that or whatever else, like I don't. If you guys consider the drugs to be mission expenses, although those are already on your character sheet. So
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
can replenish my stock, of course.
But anyways,
Don't forget the
the
popcorn.
We did
I
stop
mean, we paid
by,
for the tickets, but
Let's
popcorn's
let-
cheap.
let's let the
Sorry,
team.
go ahead.
yeah, let me go and wrap this up. I mean, Tuesday was here for part of the run. He'll get reduced rewards, I guess. The rest of you will get the full reward that was promised. The credit stick has 30,000 new yen per person.
All right.
And you did a very bad thing, you horrible, horrible people. You get 1 karma each.
I don't know we're doing a bad thing. We're just,
I can live
Yeah.
with that. For 30,000 yen, I can live with
Yeah.
a lot of bad things.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Kraken's seen worse.
Mies did her good feels run yesterday. She's quite happy to indulge in legitimate violence today. Which, ironically, is the least violent run she's been on.
The hooding run where Johnny Blaze and Slinger just wrecked the leaders of the Brain Eaters. That was beautiful combat. We got Light Show in on that too.
Hey, but also,
Yeah, that was good. That was good. But it wasn't non-violent.
But we always bring you the
Yep,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Thank you.
thank you, streamer.